Alrighty, my gamers, armchair coaches, viewers of all shapes and sizes, welcome to this week's edition of Bounty Hunters. We are a first to 7 show match event for that one very beloved game, Guilty Gear Strive. Hope you all had a fantastic afternoon so far, because now get ready to strap in for a pretty, I think stacked is not the word I'm looking for, but very cramped card. Again, 7 matchups tonight, and we've got a lot of players showing here for the first time. I think only 2 matchups where we don't have a player who's making their debut on Bounty Hunters. But either way, you might know me from somewhere when it comes to Guilty Gear and event stuff. I'm kyuukei, and I'm gonna be joined today by Space Dust from the Portuguese fighting game community. Hi.
Hello. Always glad to be back. Always glad to be here. I didn't actually. I wasn't home. I wasn't able to catch last week's event. So I do wonder, because I'd noticed we had we didn't have a full card for a while, and now to be back on 7 matchups weekly, that's really good.
Yeah, it's
really
been a little slower, and I think there have been a couple of sort of colliding events for both viewers and players, but you know what? I think this week was the first week that we chose to sort of advertise a little on the new sort of beginner / intermediate Discord for Strive.
I didn't realize that there was something that had been created.
Yeah,
that we had a beginner community for.
It's actually pretty cool. Is one of the players that you see on Bounty Hunters as well very often, Deknud, put together a nice little novice Strivers server with, weekly events for both beginners and for intermediates, lots of matchmaking options, stuff like that. It's not the biggest server at the moment, but it's work in progress, and definitely if you identify with not being one of the top names of the community, there might be some value to join that Discord. Of course, now that I say that, I don't think I have a Discord link at hand.
I can probably fetch one. But in the meantime, I do want to give a shout out. Deknud, as you just mentioned, Gamma, who's going to be playing later today, and Envy, who are kind of 3 of the big managing voices of the kind of EMEA FGC scene.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they put in a lot of work. They started the Striving for Progress event, which should be starting up right as this event is ending.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout outs to them for working really hard to keep the whole kind of scene going and keeping it alive.
Yeah,
I found a link, by the way. Yeah, DM it to you so you can post it. So I don't think I can post links to your chat.
Yeah, let me grab that. I should probably shill that at the end as well, so that's the link for anybody who wishes to join that server. We'll give a extra shout out at the end as well. But yeah, as definitely, like you said, as a fellow sort of community figure, creator of content, events, all the stuff that sort of motivates people to play the game more, I gotta say, I appreciate each and every one of the people who go their way and do this stuff for basically no compensation whatsoever, other than getting the good feeling that you've done your part for the community. I mean, that's ultimately, like, I do say, like, that's a little thing, but I do know that that is a massive thing for a lot of people, such as myself as well. I actually had a conversation with Benny yesterday, and they were like, dude, it's so wonderful that you have the energy to keep doing this, like, week week by week. It's not a small amount of work you actually have to put into stuff like this. It can get pretty hectic, and it takes a lot of energy. So shout outs to all TOs, all community figures, all the people who do stuff other than playing the game itself. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a lot of work and a lot of thankless work a lot of the time to be doing, to be TOing, to be organizing communities and creating these, nice, friendly spaces for people to exist in and to be able to kind of make friends to play together and all that. So, again, it's very much appreciated. And speaking of these novice communities or other communities, on the first matchup, I actually do know that Anna. I'm really sorry if you're listening right now, and if there is a pronunciation help, I'm going to lean into how we say it in Portuguese. But Anna here is actually from has participated quite a few times in the Salty EU beginners bracket, and I'm fairly sure she has actually won the bracket on the last time that she's participated. I think that the Salty EU bracket, if you win it, it makes sense. They don't consider you a beginner anymore, and you're not allowed to participate again. So it would be interesting. I don't know if that's the plan right now. That having moved on from the beginner bracket to be kind of looking for a different kind of challenge coming into the bounty hunters event. So it is interesting to see a name that I had actually seen on stream before come and play.
For me, it's of course going to be the first time seeing them play, and it's that feeling. Ooh, what is this player gonna bring to the table? Can't wait to see it. And like I said earlier, we have a lot of those tonight. We have both actually for the first matchup of the evening, both Meduka and Anna showing their stuff on Bounty Hunters for the first time. Then we have Little W and your boy on the next slot, both players with their debut matches. For the third one, Prezli Faust, first time as well. Bazalt, Viken, first time as well. And then towards the end, we got Martin Potemkin versus RestoMaru Soul, both first time and NA players. So we got one of those available tonight as well.
That is a rarity. Obviously, we always say this at the end of the events. We're not actually just an EU event, but obviously, the circles we're in, the circles we advertise in, end up being more EU centric. But it's always nice to see people kind of signing up and being able to get matchups from other parts of the world. So I'm excited to see. I'm just excited to see that.
I mean, I'm all for it. If we happen to get a lot of signups from maybe Asia, I'm completely fine featuring players. It's just at the moment I don't necessarily have a contact person to sort of maybe coordinate if I need more players of certain skill levels to arrange for matches myself for anything but EMEA region. I think I got a couple of candidates for my list of players for NA is growing bigger, so it gets easier and easier to match NA players against each other, but that's still work in progress. Speaking of which, I'm not sure if Anna is...
They haven't replied yet. Have you heard anything from Meduka as well?
I think Meduka is in the lobby raring to go already.
We don't have anyone else in the lobby, it's just me and you.
Oh? Wait, did you I'm seeing a player on the...
Oh.
Are you ready?
That's an interesting feature.
So wait, do you see a third person on the lobby right now?
Yeah, there's actually a person waiting to queue up for the cabinet.
Okay, let me rejoin the room because this is
I'm
potentially.
I'm not crazy. See, there's a person. Stream. That's a person. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing it on the stream. I didn't see it. Good Strive lobby moment, as usual. we never have any technical issues. Yeah, rejoining. Oh, I don't mean to challenge.
Let's see.
Yeah.
We could queue up a contingency plan and see if Little W and your boy are potentially ready to play if Anna needs a little extra stalling. So
They were doing a connection test just now, so I reckon they'll probably be able to join if we call on them while we wait for Anna to show up.
Also, once again, I take full responsibility for the extra wait at the start. Sometimes I'm a little late to making it clear to players who plays first and at which matchup slot, so you know, it do be sometimes. See, your boy says that they're ready to go in a couple of minutes, so we have 1 out of 2.
And we need a Little W, who is on Guilty Gear. Perhaps in a set or something, getting a little bit of last minute practice in.
I know I would be. Polishing
I don't
those
know.
combos.
Okay. Maybe on practice mode, but I don't know if I would be playing different sets just before. I know some players find it easier like that. For me, I like going in, I do my warm up, I'll go onto training mode, but in terms of actually playing against people, I feel like if I'm going to have kind of an important set, I need to rest up a little bit before going into it.
Yeah, for sure. I think I have 2 ways of going about it, depending on how early I start, warming up. If it's like a tournament, like a double elimination bracket, and I haven't gotten my hands warm yet, I probably queue up Celestial for a couple of games. However, if I have an event like this, like FT7, I know who my opponent is, I'll probably be just labbing RPS situations and stuff like that till the last second in training mode.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think everyone has their little rituals for getting ready for for sets, for tournaments, for just generally kind of playing, locals, whatever. And it's very interesting always to talk about people in the FGC and seeing the different types of things that people say, yeah, this is how I get in the zone, this is how I get ready, this is how I make sure that I'm prepared. I know my friend Xander has said that he listens to a lot of Cassiopeia to get ready. Always kind of says it gets him in the zone to play. I don't know if he's changed his like Zen mode preparation music. We've got NKellyy. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was about to say that it's interesting. None of these are like better than the other. It's literally just, it is a mental game. It's like sort of your responsibility for knowing yourself, how to like hype up yourself, how to put yourself in the right headspace to go into a competitive match. So like literally anything could be the thing for you. If it works, it works.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a matter of preparing yourself, preparing your brain, making sure you're in the right headspace, or in the headspace that you consider to be the right one. Yeah. And Kelly was saying playing any other fighting game except Strive is what gets me ready, which I don't get it, but if it works for you, it works for you. I think I am very muscle memory based, so that's why for me just playing a little bit of training mode gets me in it, because it kind of reminds my brain of what motions I'm gonna be doing in this game. So if I play something else that's very different. You know, recently I've actually been playing a lot more Exert and BlazBlue. I'll find myself changing to a different game, and it takes a while. Like, it takes like a few games for me to really get into the headspace of which game I'm actually controlling and which which motions I'm gonna have to be going through to properly play. Speaking of playing Exert, I'm having a big kind of a character crisis in that game because I want to try different stuff. Everyone in the roster is so interesting, and I keep on just not being able to settle on one character to just play and learn the game with.
I think that's definitely a better case than not having anybody who interests you.
I mean, Guilty Gear in general is just full of really cool characters. Even if it's not just by their gameplay, the designs to me I find really compelling and really enjoy all that stuff. I was trying to learn Venom, which kind of broke my brain a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool, interesting stuff that you can do with Venom that I was having a lot of fun trying out. And that might be a strong contender for what I for who I end up playing, or at least one of the characters I end up playing. And then on the kind of opposite side of the spectrum, I also really enjoyed Coom, and just doing funny stuff with the orb.
Right.
Interesting routes with it. Yeah, we seem to be.
Right, I was able to reach Little W, and they are on their way. So
Oh, nice.
We will indeed we'll be having a match. So
yeah.
First match of the evening gonna be Little W Soul versus your boy Giovanna. This is gonna be Israel versus Turkey matchup. A little bit of that. I guess this is where the EMEA comes in for today.
Very much kind of already in the Middle Eastern side. Obviously, Turkey is kind of the halfway point where you separate the Europe to Middle East. So it's very much going to be farther than what we usually get. I think what we've gotten the most of has been Iraq, right? From what is their name? The Potemkin player?
Frinky.
Yeah, Frinky, who does try to play. I don't know if they signed up for this week, but we had a lot of different new names to come play. But yeah, no, Frinky from Iraq, typically difficult to find connections for them, but it's super cool to see, the diversity of people signing up and playing.
Yeah, it really depends week by week. Sometimes you have a lot of options, sometimes you don't. Definitely, if you don't get a match on a particular week, fear not. Keep signing up if you want to play. Eventually we'll find somebody for you. But here we go. First one of the evening. Debut match for both of these guys.
Yeah, I actually don't really recognize either of their names, unfortunately. But, I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. Giovanna versus Soul, two of the more strike throwy characters in Guilty Gear 5, which is still a game that leans more towards that kind of gameplay. With that said, Urboy just going for the step dash, grab into the corner, into that good pressure.
Oh, that was a lot of respect from Little W.
If it was me on Soul there, you can't give me a DP. I would have mashed already.
Damn. I think it's the power of the DP, just having it, then people having to sort of keep thinking, is it gonna DP? Are they gonna DP?
I mean, it's always an option. What I've seen more, playing against my friend who plays Soul and Exert, was that more than DP in that game, he'd really like to go for that, Grand Viper or, Grand Vortex in this game, which honestly, I respect that so much. Just that is the ultimate gamble move. And in here, I wonder if Little W, has shown a lot of respect here. Unfortunately, losing the first round, but I do wonder if we're gonna see a lot of kind of these riskier plays that sometimes you can see from Soul. There's definitely kind of few ways that Soul players play of either very safe strikes where ooh, you're again getting the fully charged dust. Into the combo.
Damage. One potentially searching for the counter hit with 2D. Yeah, I wonder. Little W's showing a lot of patience and restraint for a Assault player, so we'll probably. I'm gonna guess we're gonna be seeing more like slower footsie-oriented matchup. Basically, what we saw on game 1.
I can just picture there's a progress bar inside of Little W's brain right now. You're just downloading your boy's pressure sequences, and just in a second we're gonna see some wild Alvarez sequences. Some, the respect is gonna go off the door when Little W knows where to press, I think. But I do say that your boy again just finding these hits, just going on with the pressure, really abusing Giovanna's fast-paced pressure.
Whipping the super, but still ready to go. Yeah, it's that air super for Giovanna recovers super fast. Even if you whiff it, I think you gotta, like, as you started, you sort of gotta know that it's gonna whiff and be already ready to whiff punish. Trying to jump out of the corner, but the DP
gets it. Giovanna's DP definitely doesn't, work like a real quote-unquote DP in most people's eyes, but that was a really good use of it as an anti-air, breaking the attempt at the fuzzy jump escape from Lil W. Now once again, your boy again just going in. Lil W had the burst, is able to use it on the very last possible scenario, gets a solid conversion, sends your boy into the corner, but they managed to escape.
Good use of FD there from your boy, pushing Lil W out of the range, and Lil W not able to push that pressure sequence at all.
Yeah, against Soul and that close slash specifically, a lot of Soul players will try to kind of keep a little bit of a distance to put pressure in with far slash, and close slash is a lot more susceptible to FD, and it's typically when the Soul player would then go for a gun flame. Oh, really nice burst fade into the super. This might just break the wall right here and there. No, just go into the corner. Your boy actually calling out kind of a DP, some sort of mash attempt. The Lil W just with the patience actually managed to get out like that.
Yeah, Little W still but gets thrown. A 50 meters there.
Oh. Go on.
Yeah, a 50 meter there, and Soul can do a lot of stuff with just 50. The amount of damage you can deal out of pretty much any hit. Ooh, another thing about Giovanna's DP, it kind of whiffs really fast as well. I want to say that DP from Giovanna is kind of like 6p plus in a way. Reaches very high and kind of does a lot of the same things that 6p does.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because I was just talking about how, it's not considered to be a real quote-unquote DP. It's not as far advancing, doesn't have full invulnerability. Ooh, really close to getting a kill. The OTG hit just barely doesn't kill. Goes for a dive kick super.
Okay,
I'm fairly sure that the dive kick super is plus, so Lil W just had to respect that there from your boy again, but thankfully able to get around with a little bit of a jab.
Ooh, there's the counter hit. DP started once again. That's 50% of your life.
I always like seeing that, Giovanna, really solid 6B against that 6S, breaking through the gun flame with the arrow kick, and going to go for a wall break with a Ventania and right into more pressure. Unfortunately though, didn't get a positive bonus refresh out of that, because that's unfortunately for your boy not how that works. You don't get a refresh on the timer if you break the wall twice.
Uh-oh. I think we're getting a disconnect here.
First it was the ghost member on the lobby now we're getting the spectator kick. Ooh, are they still? Yeah, they unfortunately have gotten back into. Wait, what is this that Maduka put in the chat while we're waiting? As a soul main, each morning I make sure to open training mode, find the slash and heavy slash buttons, and practice pushing each one. After about 20 minutes of practicing button presses, I spend around 10 minutes to make sure I know how to throw out volcanic 5% wild throws.
I think I've seen this copy pasta in a different context. That's pretty cool though.
I think it will forever remain with me the European Strive Cup we saw a few actually it was nearly a year ago I'd say potentially at this point where we had a lot of I know each of the European countries teams, and it was very nice to see each community getting together and making their own copy pastas in support of their players.
Yeah.
that was a very, very fun experience. But yeah, no, unfortunately, missing out on the game. I don't know if players noticed anything on the.
But we have a good old Black Magic option to recall them back to the lobby after this match ends.
Oh yes.
Also, I saw
kyuukei, the lobby mistress, just expelling people from their sets.
Oh yeah, that's the thing I saw in the chat earlier. So this is, in fact, we do have Martin Potemkin tonight, but don't panic, this is not that one Martin player, Martin Kai from Sweden, that a lot of, OG European, especially Nordic players have known to recognize and love quite a bit. Martin Kai still, I believe, doing what's the game? The not Blaze Blue, the other blue, Grand Blue full time.
That is, it is nice to see that the developers for Grand Blue have been, putting in the effort to support the tournament scene, but it's such a shame that game doesn't have rollback. I actually really wanted to try it. I love the kind of visual style of Grand Blue. I don't touch gacha games, so I was like, yeah, Grand Blue versus that's the way for me to get in. But unfortunately, I think I'm still gonna pass for the time being.
Yeah, is a lot of us understandably are potentially waiting for the rollback at this point,
yeah.
Especially if you had the nice taste of rollback already on this game. It's hard to go back.
It's on this, on Plus R, on BlazBlue as well. Really good. Makes it so much easier to play with friends from all over the world. And urboiagain, once again getting a fully charged dust off of the pressure. And that's so much damage. Because it was in pressure, there was already some risk buildup on Lil W's side, but it's fine. That's Soul can live.
Oh, I think this will get baited.
It's gonna get baited. And as a punish, Lil W gets the round win.
It's interesting. I think it actually makes quite a bit of sense that your boy has been using that fully charged 5D. When you play against an opponent that respects a lot, one of the hardest things to, get to the position where you charge up the 5D is that a lot of people are pressing buttons, and that move is very slow. But if you have somebody who respects a lot, you might actually have time to queue up that 20 A-frame overhead.
Yeah, and it gives such a good reward, especially on Giovanna, who gets, a very reasonable dust combo. As we saw, dealing around like 65% health damage to Soul isn't an insignificant feat.
At 100 meters, sank into the pressure, but Lil W gets out of it. And now it's
actually getting out with the DP, actually throwing it out, and now 2S.
So 2S.
Solid. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I think if Lil W, with a respectful playstyle, just gets used to what Urbo is trying to do, that can work out really well for them. And as we're seeing right now, calling out the step dash approach with the 2S. You know, such a solid move to punish approaches.
I think I saw that step dash from Gio being cancelled into 2D, if I was not mistaken. And that sort of speaks volumes about, you know, not only how good Soul 2S is in terms of hitbox, but, you know, the Season 2 changes as well, where, like, Geo 2D, while it is still a great button, it's not quite... I think it doesn't catch people from as far as it used to.
Oh, catches a backdash with the up dog.
I fucking love up dog. RC on the up dog, keep the pressure going. And you know, even though the up dog is -4, you know, Giovanna being Giovanna, depending on spacing, it might actually... Oh my goodness!
Oh, really? So, unfortunately drops it. Little W gets out with a fuzzy jump. The jump slash finds the hit in.
Crazy
Now,
thing is,
unfortunately, low amount of health. Okay.
I think even if the little W is in this situation quite a bit, where they're on their last hit points, they're not phased at all. They're just, you know, actually stealing the
double
round.
wild throw. Let's go. This is what I like to see. I think every time you see someone play the very, you know, slower, more calculated Soul playstyle, there's going to be a moment that ticks down to where they're just going to get disrespectful with wild throw, and it's calculated disrespect. It's respectful disrespect. And oh my god, the whiff DP on the cross-up, unfortunately, in making it so that urboiagain fails the punish.
Oh my god, hitting from behind and actually picking up the combo. Yo, this is sick. Alright, a little bit of whiff there. And no whiff punish.
Ooh. RestoMaru has to be very careful. Oh, noticing the RC not hitting and going for the punish on it.
Wow, is it just me or is little W getting better by the game?
I'll have you remember, on the first game, I was just saying, you know, there's just a progress bar in Lil W's head. They're playing so respectful, so patient, that they're absolutely just going for a download play. And, you know, we're just seeing that come into play now. And urboiagain's just going to need to adapt faster than Lil W can continue to download more of their pressure. Look at this. This is a dangerous amount of risk for Lil W to be in, but it doesn't phase them. They're going to go for the conversion, getting clean hit. Just barely short of, you know, destroying the wall here, but it doesn't matter that much because just go in. Arrow kick, going through the gunflame once again.
And equaling the situation, but little W, look at that meter. Oh, okay. I think when that DP connects airborne, it's still pretty safe. Dogs, RC, fight the DP once again. Yo, little W.
Oh, the trade. Oh, this is dangerous, and the stamp dash grab finds the last hit of the round. Oh, so close.
Is it only with Geo's the special modifier where she has like 50 or 100 meter? Is it only that mode that deals chip damage for her normals?
I think they've given it on the last patch, the Season 2 patch. They made it. Yeah, you can see it right now. I'm fairly sure all of the slash normals deal chip damage, but obviously I could be wrong. Oh, solid hit with the DP.
You're being so respectful, waiting for the reversal super or the burst. Has to respect the plus frames.
And once again, the dash up grab, such a dangerous option from Giovanna. She gets to do it so fast, having the best stamp dash in the game. Good call out with the DP, and Lil W gets around.
This is like, I would be pretty scared of little W because they're like half the time they're so respectful, they're so ready to. Oh, nice punish there. That's actually very important to get. Like considering how much DP your boy has been using.
5H counter hit. This is gonna be big damage, potentially unfortunate drop, but even still, I think another thing that Lil W has to be careful of right now is the kind of you know, Giovanna doesn't have any sort of projectile moves of her own, but has the sort of RPS option anti-projectile arrow kick.
Right.
Little W just needs to be respecting it a little bit more at full screen. Giovanna's not a matchup where Soul can just throw out Gunflame full speed to try and control space.
Yo! I think that was the first actual punish that Little W got from that mid-range. That was really far away.
Yeah, that was an Exert-like 2D punish.
Yo,
and finding the conversion after that, so sick. This is what I mean. Every time I see someone who plays a patient Soul, I'm just waiting. There's like clock ticking down until we see some good shit. Oh, solid 6H, really good. Your boy has been trying to get in with that arrow kick a lot. 6S, I'm sorry, is a really good option to deal with that. And this is just gonna kill like that. Little W just decided, you know what? I'm fucking tired of this. I'm killing.
Oh,
trying to go for the gold burst. Again, you were saying Little W at the start of the set was very respectful of your boy. And as the set has gone on, as Little W has gotten confident with the information they've been gathering, that has been slowly peeling away.
Or maybe it's just like you eventually have to add some chaos into the mix just to make them guess. Lots of meter for both of the players. Yeah, straight into the super.
This just kills because of the full bar of meter, the extra damage. It generally just being a super that does a lot of damage.
Ooh, 6S has been working so well. I think that there are, in my head, there are kind of like two kind of, ooh. It's 2S. Yeah, kind of two kind of Soul players. The ones that, you know, just want to go in super hard and press buttons. And then there are the Soul players who are completely fine playing further ranges.
Ooh, another fully charged. That's just gonna do. This had the potential to do a devastating amount of damage. Oh, and speaking of devastating amounts of damage.
Yo! That kills!
Hello? It absolutely kills Little W, recognizing that your boy was probably never going to have a better option, a better place to burst. Gets the bait through and equals out the score from 4-0 to 4-4.
I think
Little W
is like
on it.
2 out of 2 for burst baits. Doesn't like it's that meme. I don't bait burst very often, but when I do, I get the burst. Alright, finding a low, slowly pushing your boy towards the corner. What is the transition for your boy here? It started out very strong, but now this Soul is starting to find all the RPS options. Mercy to keep the pressure going, yeah, into the throw. Like the first 4 games of the set, it was Little W who was patiently taking those throws, taking the old Street Fighter wisdom, just take the throw, don't take the counter hit. But now it's actually your boy who's finding themselves on the receiving end most of the time.
Look at this risk. This is a dangerous position to be in, but Little W just not letting that sway them, just goes in, finds a solid hit, counter hit on the 2D with that 6S.
Oh, nice air to air.
Oh yeah, and 2D this time punishing Fafnir. Fafnir's very slow, but obviously if you force your opponent to block it, they're ridiculously minus, so there's, you know, it's risk reward, much like anything. This time, Little W foresees the 5D response with their own and ends the round with it.
I think that caught backdash there as well.
Did. Yeah, I have the slightly delayed replay on the stream, and it did catch the backdash. That was insane.
That is such a nutty feature for old Exert heads. In the old Gilded Gears, if you connect with 5D on backdashing, it doesn't go into anything, but in this game, it doesn't matter how you connect, it's gonna launch them if you charged.
Ooh, Salt! Look at that side swap combo! Little W just has the conversions on point right now. Has been really consistent at just picking anything up into whatever combo. Very impressive. especially on Soul. Soul, I always respect people who have their conversions on point. There's a lot of different kind of things you can do and depend on the weight class of your opponent's characters.
And a lot of the value you can milk out of Soul is hidden behind, you know, those hard-hitting combos. Speaking of...
Oh, that was a really awkward hit, unfortunately, where the DP hit backwards and then the RC still hadn't turned them around. Even still.
Oh, back and
unfortunate with 2D, and the RC closes out the round for your boy.
Ooh. Is this the moment for counter... What's the word I'm looking for?
Adaptation?
Yeah, counter adaptation. Oh, the whip punish, forcing little W to burst, not to get stuck in the corner.
Tried to hit with the 2S on the incoming arrow kick, but unfortunately didn't catch it. But now has another option. You know, little W is relatively low on health, but on the advantageous position, has the corner. Oh, tried to block the YRC.
Oh, the YRC didn't, like, your boy couldn't take advantage of that YRC plus frames because it was so far away. And now, oh, I think, yeah, that's a good catch.
Really solid, taking it the third round, little W here, not, you know, having taken the last 5 games in a row, wanting to go take a 6th and get into set point it would be very damaging, I can imagine, for your boy's kind of mental in this set, because it's, you know, having to keep composure when you're very aware of your opponent adapting really well to what you're doing. It isn't an easy feat. And speaking of, look at that, little W finding the hit in with the 2S.
All right, this will be good.
Oh, just barely doesn't kill. But just a swift dash up 5k. Your boy equals out the score once again.
All right. You know, it's at this point it's super important to send your opponent the message, hey, I am still here and this is still a set. And your boy managing to weather the storm.
And depending on how these players take it individually onto their mental state, you know, this could be the most important game of the set right here.
Yes.
This can very well set the momentum forward. You know, will your boy just kind of get back in the driver's seat and just run away with the set? Or is it going to be, you know, little W that's saying, you know what, no, I've got it. I know what I'm doing.
And it can be really pressuring. Whoa, actually gets a hit there with this fast RC. I don't think I've ever seen that setup.
Blocking in the air, but unfortunately that dive kick super just has virtually no recovery, and now
so
W.
6S, my beloved. Fisher Price, my first backdash catch, is such a good tool at catching people. Oh no, whiffs the bird. Sorry, the throw and gets back turn for their troubles, and now it's little W's.
The back throw incident. This is a difficult position to be in if you're named Giovanna. Going for a dive kick, having it caught out the back air dash jump slash, finds a hit in the second hit of jump heavy. Finds its way in, and now your boy finds themselves against a little W who's on set point.
Yeah, compare this soul pace to the start of the set. It's like it's two completely different players. That is such an amazing feature, being able to switch gears. Or maybe it's just information gathering. Oh, the 6S catching the backdash once again, forcing your boy to burst.
Oh, yeah, going for the gunflame there was not the option. Again, Giovanna's arrow kick just beats projectiles.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting conundrum. To some extent, Giovanna is a character that if they didn't have the spiral arrow, like those gunflames would be really difficult to play against, but because of the existence of it, it creates an interesting RPS.
Oh, getting grabbed out of the BRC before the hit, and then the wild throw for the round. Little W not letting themselves be dissuaded by the health disparity, just going for it, and now on potentially the last round of the set, your boy again is in a very rough position.
Going back to the classics, that 5k dash cancel throw has been working out, I think, almost every time for your boy, but the downside is it is throw damage. It only does so much, and little W is kind of okay taking the throw. Lots of plus frames connecting Fafnir in the air. A little bit of a love kiss. Oh, I think he tried to take the burst, but didn't block long enough. I think with the whip punish. Lots of scrambling back and forth. Little W.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. urboiagain finds the throw for the round now, taking the duel 3, the round 3, final one of this game. And who knows, maybe we'll get a final game for the set. Slash DP finds the hit.
Oh, big five heady.
Unfortunate whiff. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
is going a lot for these wake up DPs right now that have not been hitting. They need to kind of step a little bit on the brake, or they might just throw away the set win. Very high on the risk. Lil W, any hit could be fatal right now, blocking the
my
DP.
god.
Once again, a whiffed DP, and urboiagain finds their way to 6-6.
Yeah, there we go again with that DP. That is literally 6p hitbox. I mean, like the DP kind of looks like it's connecting, but the hurtbox, it is not there.
Oh, now the gold burst to start off, and this is super good on Giovanna because she gets not only bonus damage but also the bonus defensive stats from it.
Oh, that's tricky. Wait, they had time to charge? I thought that was partial.
Yeah, no, that was just it happened. Everything happened so fast. I just have to say.
I mean, when these two characters are on screen, everything does happen fast.
And it's so toe-to-toe right now on this first round. Both of them fighting for momentum in the finals game. urboiagain pulling forward now, putting the pressure in against Lil W. Going for the overhands, going for the throw. Lil W gets the tech, doesn't get it this time. There's still one more hit. Never mind, the OTG gets it.
Oh my goodness, it is actually your boy who is at match point now.
6p beating that 6S round start. Your boy just reading into Lil W. Once again, Lil W whiffs the wake up DP.
When does the burst come into play? There it is. Get out of the corner. And now Little W has to work through that life bar. But so, if there's a character who can chew through the life bar really fast, it is this one.
Yeah, if there's someone who is ready to deal with a health disparity, it is Soul. And will the super just kill?
So
it barely
close.
Doesn't. On the final hit, the trade gets the round and the set for your boy.
That is such an interesting conclusion as well, because I think they've been in that same situation. The 2S from Sol versus whatever button, I think that was 2D from Geo again. Depending on the timing and the spacing, anything can happen there. It's not just, you know, it's not clear cut, this button will always beat this button. Wow, what a set!
Yeah, really good set to start us off now. Now, I'm gonna take a little break to get some water between this and the next match. That was a lot of talking.
Yeah, for
Everyone,
sure.
get hydrated. Come on.
Alright, let's queue up. I think NKellyy was already ready to go, since I don't think Anna is here yet. So let's jump into NKellyy versus Prezli. God, I'm still shook. That was such a good set. Your boy starting strong 4-0, then the counter adjustment, and then at the very last second, coming back and taking the set. Holy. Alright, but we have our next participants raring to go. And one of them, a new face to our funky little scene. Of course, NKellyy, one of the most active sign-up-piece for bounty hunters. Love to see them from time to time, as often as we can feature them. There are those players who are basically signing up every single week, but due to sometimes having to feature other players as well, can't give them a spot every week. But here they are once again, NKellyy against Prezli Faust from, let's see if I can remember, Hungary, right? Yeah, we had our double Hungarian sign-ups back to back, Prezli and Bazalt, who are supposedly sparring partners, gave me a note that, you know, if possible, don't match us against each other because we play a lot, and no problem. We got lots of options this week. So Faust versus Baiken.
I am back, but I was just letting you get on with it. Yeah, Faust versus Baiken. I don't know that much about this matchup. It's, I think, one of the any matchup that involves Faust will err on the bizarre side of things. You know, the item toss mechanics, all of that stuff does, lend itself to just throwing away a lot of what some characters are trying to do. So, and I have heard that, Baiken players do enjoy it, or at the very least, I've heard my local Faust players say that they don't like playing against Baiken. So I'm interested to see. NKellyy has shown a lot of promise, as obviously we know them very well from playing in here a lot. So I'm interested to see what they can bring to the table.
I think it's fair to say, for like, even if you have a positive matchup against Baiken is like historically been one of those characters who are very annoying to play against due to having like some sort of special mechanics that sort of force you to change the structure of your offense. And on top of that, Baiken has some very overpowering moves for approaching, such as the classic jump slash, instant air dash jump slash. We all know the deal. If that hits, even if it's blocked, really good. Is understandably, a lot of people are having difficulties and or feel very pressured when they gotta face Baiken players, because Baiken is a character that can snowball into a win pretty fast, especially if you get an air-to-air counter hit.
Yeah, Baiken has that kind of recurring pressure that can cause a lot of problems for people dealing with it. Independently of which character you're playing. Obviously, some will deal with it better than others with the kind of defensive options that your character may have. But a lot of times, your the recurring kind of okie loops and massive amounts of safe jumps and mix-ups that Baiken can do, and I think we're probably gonna see that. She can just get one knockdown and run you over with it, overwhelm you with different options. Have that Tatami always there to back up, and then go for the left, right, up, down mix-ups. And Faust, I think, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of really good buttons or options to just deal with that, so you kind of just have to guess right and then hope to fit in like 2p, 5p, 6p into those gaps, and then maybe throw an item, do an item throw that favors you.
So a little bit of information we got our Faust players in the chat is that it might indeed be a slightly Baiken favorite, but let's see how the players. Oh my goodness, how many items is that? That's like over 10 items already.
This is NKelly's prerogative to just walk forward. If you're trying to walk forward, if you're not trying to walk forward on the Faust, they can just continuously send out the items, and yeah, now we've got NKellyy coming in, not giving any more room for Faust to send in items. There's a burst bait right away, and the throw, and with the tether. Oh, actually refreshing the tether from the OTG hit.
Oh, I think there was an opportunity to maybe get a custom combo there, but understandably not necessarily ready to, you know, perform stuff that you haven't practiced for.
Oh, the cross of meteors! prezli was ready.
Yeah, that's one of the day one classic super strong mix-ups. When you throw the meteors immediately going for a teleport, doing it, making your opponent guess if it's left or right. Even if you don't go for the mix-up, the guard crush from the meteors gives you very significant amount of frame advantage. Ooh, this is gonna work though.
Yeah, unfortunately you can't really be throwing out the command grab as a melee option.
Wow.
You're not risking a lot because you've always got to delay it for those 6 frames of throw invulnerability on wake up that people have.
The end there was interesting. I thought prezli was crouching or crawling under that Kabari heavy, but it actually ended up hitting. I wonder if you can't crawl under that.
Oh wow, managed to steal the trumpet from NKellyy with the cross-up throw. Now NKellyy getting the trumpet. prezli gets hit by it, forced to burst away. And
Well, the gun gets there faster.
Oh, and the crazy, the slow start of actually working to prezli's advantage there. Oh, enough invulnerability frames to deal with 2H.
Oh wow, gets the gold burst. And here we go with the lightning fast speed.
Yeah, going for the super jump, crossing over.
That was kind of funny though, putting yourself in the corner with lightning speed, but ends up working out for NKellyy nonetheless.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, so I think Kinusuke said that you should be able to crawl under the Kabari. Of course, it's, if you let go of the crawl, you will sort of make your hitbox immediately larger.
With this extension almost breaking the wall, and now on the wake up, the parry, beating that melee option. And unfortunately, prezli, even if they are seed to try and block the gun super, still getting hit. And now once again, the BRC super jump tech. NKelly's just going for it.
Yeah, I think that might be a new addition to NKelly's repertoire. I can't remember if I've seen them do it that much before.
I don't think I've seen much of it either from them. And, it very much feels like I've learned this new tool, I'm gonna use it a lot to get used to it, and find all of the best opportunities to see it. Now we're seeing the classic new left-right mix options from Faust, and being able to find a hit with the exploding head into the wall break.
But the damage is only Faust quality, doesn't kill, and now NKellyy still has pretty decent chance to bring this back, honestly. Until the items started coming out.
And oh no! The hitbox extension into the little guys. Unfortunately plays it against prezli, but the super PRC is such a good option for Faust.
Yeah.
Well,
Super classic for characters who have really slow starting super, such as Faust or Gold Lewis. Because that just means, like, the longer your super winds up, the more invu frames you kind of have.
Yeah, and going for the command grab right after is very much a Faust special.
Oh, okay, we're going for a side switch here.
Oh, another side switch. I don't know if this one was intended though, because I think prezli would have wanted to get the wall break there, and now NKellyy trying to not get overwhelmed. prezli tries to throw the bomb out, but gets hit by it still. NKellyy blocking the gold burst.
Oh, there we go! Yeah, goes under the Kabari! That's exactly it! That looks super, super strong. Prezli evening it 1-1. Is the crawl is such an interesting mechanic. I think arguably, like, Faust can create some very unique situations where your reward is actually, like, even if Faust doesn't do the highest of damage, you can be the highest punishing character in the game in that particular situation, because usually nobody gets a whole lot of, you know, damage for reading a particular RPS right, if that makes any sense. But here we throw items once again. Oh, I think NKellyy, yeah, has to respect the bomb. The little guy as well.
Oh, wow, finding the whiff punish with the H-Kabari. Going for the blue RC mix-up. Yeah, that, if you get hit by the BRC there, if you get hit by the slowdown, you just have to guess the 50-50.
Nice realization. The OTG 6 heavy was gonna be enough. The good old.
Catching the round start with a 2H. And then catching with the follow-up of H-Kabari. Oh, unfortunately, whiffing the wall break.
And with the 50 meter, oh, was probably
just dashing behind.
Expecting a burst from Prezli, but Prezli holding it. Whoa, crouches under the Yosen-sen.
Holding it to the very last. Yeah, Prezli's just trying to make the most out of the burst, but unfortunately got hit trying to go for the scalpel. You know, gun super, and NKellyy uses it super well, and we've seen it already in this set. Like, gun super is so good at just, you know, catching these whiff punishes, someone trying to do something full screen. It just comes out super fast, and boom, suddenly it's a bunch of damage.
Yeah, I think you gotta consider when it's, especially at the end of the round, when NKellyy has 50 meter, you gotta be super scared of throwing out the fishing pole or whatever slow starting move if you're Prezli.
Ooh, good burst bait from NKellyy here. Just barely not killing now, but still, this is such a big health disparity. NKellyy just gonna wait it out with the positive bonus and then probably go for the gun super.
Yeah,
there it is.
Oh, but
finds the hit. Prezli gets the cross up with the Crow PRC, the instant cross up into the close slash that just finds a hit and takes the round. This
big value for Prezli. Was able to get NKelly's burst as well with that. Ooh, very daring buttons. NKellyy would much love to get out of this corner situation, especially since they have the Afro on. Lots of options here for Prezli. Oh, I wonder if that can even cross when your opponent's back is against the corner.
Ooh, Scarecrow can absolutely cross when your opponent's back to the corner. It's one of the, I think it's a more recent addition to Faust's kit, but you can do some very interesting stealing the corner tech situations with it. Oh, 6P clash at the very start of the round. There's a trumpet on the floor. Prezli actually being able to get it.
I think that's an interesting thing. If you have the horde coming for Faust, I think if you have an option to avoid making your opponent get hit by the item, you should probably do that, because items in this game prorate a lot and cause a lot of gravity. Oh, this is gonna whiff though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Prezli still had the double jump and the golf swing. Does manage to get the hit.
Ooh, that was pretty precise. Working around the little guy for the first time, but I guess taking the little guy and the fishing pole hit there was quotations efficient. Now let's see the corner pressure. Meteor's coming.
Yeah, Prezli went for that cross-up throw again. Oh, nice block on the 6P, crawling under the H-Kabari, and this conversion could be, yeah, is the end. And just like that, Prezli pulls ahead on the set, getting their third point in.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Yeah, displaying that they are indeed able to keep the Baiken player out, which is honestly, your prerequisite for like getting anything done is this matchup. If Baiken gets in whenever they want, you're in for a lot of a hurt, because Baiken close range is kind of nasty to deal with. Yo, the fishing pole has more range. Fighting for that one decisive hit, both players. 50-meter. Oh, is that? Okay.
Yeah, forcing the RC out. This is just a meter exchange.
Like the Yozan and the plus frames, not the big combo. And now goes for a low instead.
Oh no! NKellyy unfortunately not getting the final hit. Oh, that could have been the round right there. And now being forced to block the mix. And the cross of Crow. And prezli just finds the round.
Damn. Straight into the H cabaret. Here we go. Pressure. Initiated. Finds a small hit. I wonder if... Alright, so opting to not take the wall break here, or maybe that was just a combo drop, who knows? Plus frames. Very...
Yeah, just a crumb of plus frames to get out.
Oh, has to respect. Yeah,
Ooh, that banana peel is in a very dangerous position there. Thankfully, it's gone now when they actually had to go step over it. Ooh, and now... Oh, I think unexpected side switch once again. Into the overhead. Twice in a row, but only one of them goes through. Oh, this is so close for NKellyy and...
Yo, the jump K!
Jump K.
That's actually smart. It's like the most go-to option that I guess Baiken players love to rely on. The jump slash. What do? Go for air-to-air exchange with a button that is faster than the jump slash.
And not only faster, but it has kind of the advantageous hitbox against it.
Oh my goodness.
Which, you know, Jump K has the angle to beat, you know, Baiken's Jump Slash, which hits close to the ground. Or in the direction of the ground. So if you're attacking from above with the defending of your own.
Uh-oh. Oh, the chip damage from the little guy! I want to say that was like a perfect combination of items for prezli. I mean, you could have done better, but those were probably the most optimal, okay-ish items that you could have gotten. Alright, secures the horn as well. Now NKellyy has no choice but to block for a couple of frames. Yo, Yozan! The backwards reaching
solid air grab. Back into the corner you go. And yeah, NKellyy with a very respectable amount of damage on that wall break now, getting the positive bonus. And this is the NKellyy classic that I just got positive bonus. I'm gonna just kind of hold back, get the meter, and are we just gonna see the gun super come out? That's what I'm hoping for.
How do you counterplay that if you're prezli? Do you just start throwing? Yeah, look at it. Once again, it's as if he's reacting, but that can't be. That's way too fast of a reaction.
I think it's just a bit of a prediction, just, you know, knowing the patterns of what players like to do if you're at full speed, especially against Faust, you know. What is the Faust gonna do when you're at full screen? For me, they're either gonna go for the fishing reel, or they're just gonna straight up go for an item toss, both of which just, you know, get eaten by the gun super.
Right. Oh, we are very tall right now.
We're very tall, and the gun super just goes under, unfortunately. Oh, and just like that, NKellyy unfortunately gets taken to 5-2, falling a little bit behind. Oh no.
Gonna message them quick that the spectators dropped, see if they notice.
Unfortunately, this is 2 sets in a row that it's happening. Today the lobbies aren't in our side.
Alright, seems like they noticed, but it is up to the players if they want to play it or sort of skip it and come back to lobby. Yeah, okay, so we're not counting the next one. All right.
Thankfully, they were tuned in, could see.
I need like I think I need a macro for for that I could just press immediately on a moment's notice when I see the final screen freeze. Do we have the technology for this? Are we advanced as species? Is the human race come far enough for this to be an option? Nobody knows. And but Prezli having a pretty decent lead here, although a lot of those games have really gone down to the wire. NKellyy is definitely not going down fast in any of those.
Oh, yeah, well, just resting my vocal cords just a little bit.
Alright, a sneaky switch of sides.
NKellyy, you know, with a side swap, with a side swap strat. Is P1 side that OP? Find out today through science.
I think a lot of people have been sort of contesting that notion or maybe even preparing in advance to playing the P2 side or even preferring the P2 side. In fact, I'm actually one of those people. I love the P2 side because I know that more people love to snatch the P1 side, so it's open more often than not. Think about that. Also, Alt Exert instant air dash much easier towards the left compared to towards right, so there's that as well.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't do Kira Tatami in this game, I don't think, so I guess it doesn't matter as much for the match technical purposes, but...
Right, and because you have the dash macro, instant air dashes are pretty, you know, easy to perform in Strive. Oh, not high enough with that back throw. Oh, there we go, the crow, once again, the RPS, here comes the gun. But not able to push the plus frames at that range against Faust. And the boot, bonk.
Oh, very dangerous hitting that HKBari's follow-up full screen. That's quite a bit of minus frame speed putting yourself in at that range. There's so many items, and the command grab making Prezli avoid the little guys coming in. Oh yeah, being able to cancel off the wall forward, a 6P, getting a counter hit still. Prezli is just getting some dominant pressure here right now. Being able to, move forward.
Oh, nice 6B.
And just takes the game like that. Prezli just with a really convincing game here. I guess it is a thing of, you know, sometimes when Faust just is able to take so many items at once, you can just have a game slip out of your hands because it becomes so difficult to deal with all of that at the same time. And then when the Faust player is this kind of on top of their game, controlling space and controlling advances with the 6Ps, with the 2Ps, it'll be very difficult to deal with. And just like that, we're gonna see the stealing on the corner.
And NKellyy with that Afro still would love to waste some time so that Afro expires. Oh, the RPS again!
Gets barely hit, and now there's a mini Faust coming in. NKelly's gonna have to spend some more time respecting and the cross up once again. This is just what we were talking about.
It's only a matter of time that you throw one of those items that prevent your opponent from running forward, and then it just snowballs from there on out. The Horn is one of those items, though, that you gotta be ready to contest as Faust player as fast as possible. Now NKellyy, potentially the last burst up there. I don't want to say career, but here on Bounty Hunters this Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, with a solid cross-up hit, this is very big. This is very important. Gets the wall break, equals out the health disparity, and now.
Oh wow! It still hits. Active frames for days.
The jump heavy is active until you land, so it's a really good move to throw out with these super jump cancels. Because, you know, precisely it'll just be a wall of hitbox just advancing towards you. You have to respect.
Alright, hold this. Good jump up, and the Baiken classic once again. The super jump, the air dash out, and Yosan-zen. If you're pressing a button willy-nilly, you're just gonna get caught by the backwards hitting box.
Now, oh no, this can be the end of the set right here. Can Faust damage bring it home?
So
it
close to the
just
first.
might with a command grab. There it is. Prezli takes the win.
Damn, has tamed the beast that is Baiken NKellyy, or should I say NKellyy Baiken. Very convincing first showing here on Bounty Hunters.
Especially playing on Faust. You know, Faust is one of those characters that you have to be super confident in to be taking into any sort of event and winning with, because again, at least in the context of Strive, Faust has seen better days as a Guilty Gear character. So it's a bit unfortunate, but you have to put in a lot of effort to be, you know, pulling in your wins with Faust, and seeing someone you know show up and do such a solid performance, very nice.
I guess like the one advantage you might have as a Faust player is that, you know, there aren't a whole lot of Faust players. There are some, but not too many. So you can bring to the table a lot of surprising tools, a lot of surprising things, maybe even a matchup that the opponent doesn't know how to play 100%. And you know what they say about bottom tiers that suddenly, you know, dominate the tournament because nobody knows how to play against them properly.
Yeah.
But I feel like for Faust just has to sort of establish the control against characters like, you know, guerrilla characters like, you know, Soul, Baiken, have to be so on point, have to be so precise with your fundamentals.
Yeah, the control of neutral is super important, because otherwise you're never gonna have the chance to run your game plan at all. So, you know, Prezli there was able to just kind of keep NKellyy at bay for long enough to be sending out items, and that's the biggest contributor to being able to win. You know, again, it's the creation of so many items that your opponent just can't deal with it at all. And yeah, that was a bit the issue for NKellyy, is just struggling to get in against those scenarios.
And another thing I wanted to highlight about Prezli was definitely the like sort of unsung MVP feature for them, their defense. Like, they didn't get opened up almost at all, I want to say. And especially those, you know, Faust specific answers, the crawl under the heavy kabare. I think NKellyy just wasn't ready for RPS like that. And that might go back to the thing that we were talking about, the matchup. If you're not sure how to call out, if you've never seen Faust call out your kabare quite like that, it can be hard to adjust on the fly.
And Faust is one of those matchups that I see, you know, not to say new players, but players who haven't had the opportunity to play against Faust that much will naturally just struggle because of Faust's unique ways of dealing with a lot of things. Again, as you were saying, with the crawl, and also with just the variety of ways in which items can interact with the stuff you're trying to do individually. So that can always cause a lot of problems when you're trying to learn the matchup and you don't really know how to approach these things. You need to have kind of someone dedicatedly like play against you and who's knowledgeable of Faust to help you understand these interactions, because it's also stuff that it might not be super obvious to be labbing against.
I remember, like, back in the first months of Strive, I got really mind blown. I was playing solo back then, and the first Faust player who busted out forward crawl against my far slash, I was like, bruh, what the fuck just happened?
It's also things of like, I play Eno, and my main adjustment that I have to be really mindful of is kind of setting notes at a lower angle than I would typically do in any other matchup, just to think about that crawl and forcing them to still block in the crawl. And it's just small things like that you're not going to be doing mechanically on your first times playing against the character, that you have to play enough against it to internalize. Just now we have a new set starting.
Alright, so this is going to be an
on
interesting one. Yeah.
And Dekapact, who has been in here before.
Yeah, we remember them as a strong fundamental Kai player. Now on Happy Chaos, I think this is slightly newer acquisition for Dekapact. Let's see how far they've come with Chaos so far.
Oh yeah, the predictions aren't up.
Yeah, let me actually fix that.
Just as we're getting into the cinematic sleeper here, having Dekapact sending Bazalt with a heavy knockdown into the next room, going in with the jump slash, and getting the 5D hit into another wall break, which will probably kill and to get the round victory.
If there's something Happy Chaos is good at, it's hit confirming any and every hit into max damage, wall break, and potentially even a kill. If you have, the bullets available.
Yeah, the bullet management is a big thing with Happy Chaos, and then additionally to that is just being mindful of where you are on the screen at all times to kind of make sure that you can make these conversions function. Oh, unfortunately, I think that was the start to an air dash, potentially, that got caught up in the gun super explosion.
Yeah, I can understand the decision making there. Deka might have thought that they were fast enough to avoid the blast radius, but alas.
It's a big blast radius, and not only that, it's active for so long that it can cause a lot of problems. But yeah, here once again, Dekapact finding their conversion into the wall break, gets grabbed unfortunately on the come down, but manages to return the favor against Bazalt. Force to use the burst. This is gonna get baited. And now with 2 full bars of super. Yeah, there's no way that Deka didn't get the whole the round. That's what I was trying to say. Oh.
I think, because, I was talking about Deka being the hyper clean fundamental Sky. I think Happy Chaos might actually be a very good fit for them, because there's definitely a lot of neutraling when it comes to especially the new Happy Chaos.
Yeah, new Happy Chaos, because Happy Chaos has always had really good normals, really good buttons to press, and just being able to back all of that up with the gunshots and the gun draw, it does a lot of good for the character in terms of just the potential.
Yeah, much less about this patch just standing full screen and banging away, more about, coming close and mixing them up. But still, it's like the character hasn't lost any of its power whatsoever. What many consider one of the top characters, if not the top one at the moment.
Ooh, catching the backdash with that steady aim shot and getting the first game. Wait, is this the first one? There's a second one. This is the second game.
Was it?
I think we've already gone through the second game.
Damn, and third disconnect of the day.
This is unfortunate.
Yeah, it felt like a very long time. Was it Deka who took the first match?
Yeah, Deka has taken 2 games. I checked the room rankings.
Gotcha. All right, but in case they want to play, we'll let them play, and we'll resolve the match that way. It do be, but at least the positive thing, very early to the set, so this will probably be a I think one of the triggers for the spectator disconnect is if players press retry super fast, because I think spectators are usually a little behind, so it sort of desyncs if you just, have your 1 frame reactions on the retry button. But
Which I can blame them, they're just eager to keep playing. But I don't know if they actually noticed and skipped the match.
Yeah, that was super fast.
Okay. So
I think they might have noticed.
hold on. Let me ask.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead,
Alright, they skipped. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So we didn't lose any matches so far.
俺は無双己を切る覚悟はあるか
OK 物語の語り出しはそれで決まりだ
chaos versus Viking.
Alright, so characters. Is Baiken one of the fast dash characters? I think not. I think one of the most important features against Happy Chaos is, interestingly, how fast your dash is.
Yeah, being able to dash block the steady aim pressure especially is super important, because if you get caught up in, even more if you can't FD it, you're gonna be in so much trouble from that pressure. It's a very bad position to be in. Look at Dekapact just putting in so much damage. The power of these Happy Chaos conversions right now.
Damn, run out of concentration there at the end, but the end didn't end up mattering. Just canceling into a pressure string with normals. Yeah, Kinuski coming through with that information that Baiken actually has the 2nd slowest dash in the game, so that would, if I had to guess, this is not a good matchup for Baiken.
I mean, I've always been told by Happy Chaos players that Baiken is actually one of the characters that deals the best with Happy Chaos, mainly because if she has meter, her gun super is really good at dealing with a Happy Chaos at full screen, and generally just has a lot of good tools, and obviously once she gets in, can do a lot of bad things to Chaos.
No way. Did we disconnect again?
Oh no. Oh, I really hope not.
Yeah, it's like we can't really say for sure what the trigger always is, if it is indeed, too fast on the retry or not. It just might be, I feel like a lot of the times the explanation is just Arxis lobbies, and there's like no more magnificent magic behind it.
Yeah, and it's such a shame. I mean, I think saying Arxis lobbies is a bit of a disservice to how good the Exit lobby system was. Because I've been playing that recently, and it's honestly, they were really solid lobbies. Didn't have that many problems with them. I don't know. Obviously, you have more hours of experience than me, but I don't really recall there being anything like this on them.
Yeah, pretty much the only problem with exert lobbies was that when players try to join the spectate in the wrong place, that can be like a knowledge check how to ruin the day for everybody. But other than that, the lobbies were pretty much amazing from my point of view. Of course, it's like they did try very different kind of thing, and I feel like the whole architecture is probably just, you know, they just, you know, went for a different thing, so the two lobby systems don't have anything to do with each other anymore. Then again, what do I know? I'm not a dev. I don't know anything about coding, so I might be just talking out of my ass.
I mean, network code, as someone who's briefly dealt with network code, it's not fun. So I have empathy towards any and all developers. Now, ooh, Dekapact being forced into these minus frames by that gun super, but being able to block the mix and go back into it, go back to the pressure, and I think this is the wall slump setup.
Oh wow! I wonder if they missed their media there on purpose. Probably not, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but oh, that is unfortunate situation to be in. When you're caught in these happy chaos wall slump loops, it just spells doom for you. It's such a nasty situation to deal with. It's one of the hardest wall slump loops to kind of deal with, because obviously Happy Chaos can always cover himself with those gunshots. Oh wait, this is going to lose the burst.
Yeah,
because
right.
this super does not have any invulnerability.
Oh, good check there. You theoretically only need one opportunity. I guess like two, because you do need to bait Chaos's burst, right? By the way, the tether is still attached.
It is still there. It's always great to see it in the in the end of the the end of the round screen. Now, oh, gold burst from Dekapact. This is dangerous position to be in, because this just allows the concentration super to be used and Dekapact to just come in with crazy pressure. Be careful, trying to throw out that curse orb, but he misses it. Bazalt managed to get a solid counter hit with the Tatami.
Bazalt for the first time on the driver's seat, but only for a while. Now here's the question, do you burst this? Do you burst Happy Chaos back to neutral?
It's so hard to burst against Happy Chaos because there's a few points in that. You need to have a proper knowledge, because depending on how you're doing your... how you've been hit, there's quite a few places in those combos that are very burst safe to Chaos.
Yeah, I've been thinking if bursting against Happy Chaos is the same thing as bursting against Nago, like you want to save your bursts for when they're kind of low on resources as possible to, you know, milk as much value out of that burst as you can. But who knows?
It's very difficult because Happy Chaos's resources generate very, you know, relatively fast compared to Nagoriyuki. If a Nago messes up and goes to really high blood, it's a lot more kind of committal.
What's gonna happen? Oh, the
Yeah.
gun comes out faster, even though Dekapact Super actually started first. And there we go, like you said, no input whatsoever on that one.
You will just get a hit out of it, but unfortunately for Bazalt, it didn't end up mattering much. Oh, apologies for the drivers outside.
Alright, very, very strong stuff for Deka. I mean, you would expect as much from a player of Deka's caliber as well. And, you know, even if they have put only so much time into the character, you know what they say about, you know, strong players and fundamentals.
Yeah, and Happy Chaos rewards fundamental skill very much so. As much as people will try to say that Happy Chaos does just carry you, it's still such a you know, you still need to be a good player to do good with chaos, especially because, you know, there's a lot of kind of execution-heavy stuff to Happy Chaos.
Yeah, I think it's like you have to fulfill certain execution floor, clear certain execution floor for Happy Chaos to take you on his shoulders.
And yeah, and here's the thing is, if you commit to the steady aim stance, Lycan can just go for the gun super very freely because it's very hard for Happy Chaos to cancel out of it in time to just block it. Especially on reaction, you're not going to be able to do it.
Right, but then the knowledge, does Bazalt have it? Do they, is that part of their game plan at all? I think so far, we've seen a couple of gun supers, but in very different situations, not like as a neutral override.
I think another unfortunate thing is that when you're defending against Happy Chaos, your meter gain is so much lower than his.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that, you know, a lot of his stuff generates a lot of meter, he advances a lot during his pressure. Whereas you kind of don't, and you have to FD a lot to do proper defense. Bazalt just isn't having the freedom to be using that gun super as much as they'd probably want to.
Oh, that was really good presence of mind from Deka. When you see the tether attached and Lycan jumps back, they're gonna come back soon. So hitting a good 6p and now potentially in a checkmate situation, straight into the super. Is it gonna be enough?
It just might. No, there's still a bit of health left, but no concentration from Deka to actually get some steady aim pressure.
Look at that 6p. Yeah, the tether, understanding of how the physics work, you go airborne, you're gonna come back rather sooner than later. And the tether pulling Bazalt back straight into Happy Chaos' 6p.
And typically, that's what you want to be happening with Lycan. You want to be doing these setups, but sometimes they just don't come out airtight. Not every knockdown is born the same, so it won't be of much help sometimes. Yeah,
again.
Once again, trading the 6-8, the jump heavy and the 6p.
I think Happy Chaos' 6p, not really the greatest in the game, but I mean, it is a 6p and it does the job. Even like on trade, that's kind of okay-ish, I think.
I think Happy Chaos' 6p is pretty decent. I think it's just the every one of Happy Chaos' normals is made better by the fact that he can pull out the gun and cover himself up very well, and potentially get even bigger conversions off of it, you know. In Strive, you don't get a lot of reward off of 6Ps, but Happy Chaos, off of an NTR 6P, if you just shoot the gun at someone, you can get a full conversion off of that.
Oh my goodness, I had an opportunity to go for a custom combo there, but...
Yeah, but it was messed up because Bazalt bounced behind Deka and kind of caused them to turn around for a little bit and mess up the combo.
But there we go, the gun situation we've been talking about. Deka pulling out the steady aim immediately after a burst. Bazalt says, no, it is my turn, and you die if you try to take out that gun. Because when like, whatever stance you pull out that gun, you won't be able to block as Happy Chaos, so...
Yeah, Bazalt here being officially, you know, hashtag not free, but still playing from 5 points behind is going to be very rough to deal with this, especially with how solidly Deka has been playing. It's going to take a monstrous bit of adaptation to get through. But, just like that, Bazalt, oh no, am I speaking too soon? Will Deka make the 1 HP dream work here?
I was just shit-talking Happy Chaos' 6p, and it actually did the job straight into a really big conversion, and
now with a hard knockdown and positive bonuses is super dangerous for Bazalt, but finding a hit with the 2H does end up saving the round. Okay. Whew.
Yo, hit confirm without curse out of that Koopa Stomp. Sometimes it can be a little messy because the reticle doesn't track as fast without curse. Ooh, 6p. And Deka converts into a combo. Wall slump.
And now, yeah, wall slump setup, and this is This is the rough stuff. Thankfully, Bazalt manages to get out, manages to find the gap, but you can kind of make so many things go into that wall slump very easily as Happy Chaos. And oh no, he goes for the concentration super rather than the RC. You know, typically that concentration super does allow for a lot of things to be made plus, but in this situation it just wasn't enough to allow Deka to block.
I'm really curious. I wonder if Deka actually realized that they were in the same situation as they were before and tried to cancel into the concentration super before even they saw the gun. But maybe it was too late. I'm not sure. Alright, big damage at the start of potentially last round. Bazalt, oh, the gun whips and straight into Dekapact's pressure. Deka has so much meter.
Yeah, and the fact that they're able to do the concentration and reload the gun in between each of those wall slumps is so devastating, because it means that the pressure can just keep going on. If you keep guessing wrong on the high-low, you're just gonna keep eating the wall slumps, and slowly but steady, you're going to get taken out.
Yeah, no wonder. It's like you said, Happy Chaos just might be the ultimate wall slump character for this game. Maybe not like the strongest character in the corner per se, but you know, the stuff that you can loop into is honestly pretty scary.
Oh, the Yozan-sen actually finds the hit in Deka. Puts the burst out. Bazalt uses the plus frames from the gun super, even though it got baited.
Oh my god,
to get out of the corner, but
not like this! Not like this, Bazalt! Oh,
and the tether prevents the wall from breaking right then and there, but Deka just goes for the grab and gets the win. I wonder if Bazalt just didn't expect it to not break the wall and just punished a little bit and then got grabbed.
Damn. Bazalt had that in 2 different occasions, but those 2 combo drops, or at least they look like combo drops, just coming to bite Bazalt in the ass.
Yeah,
really?
But still, Deka was such a strong showing as Happy Chaos, and Bazalt for a first time through, you know, really put in the work there at the end with the adaptation to try and beat Deka. It was a really good showing from a first timer here.
Yeah, and towards the end, it kind of seemed like Bazalt had to take a couple of L's, had to take a couple of games to sort of gather information and gather their, you know, sort of pull their game plan together, and it started looking better and better towards the end. But maybe too little, too late, I wonder. Still?
Yeah.
Really
sometimes I mean that just comes with playing more in events and in these kinds of longer sets to get used to mid-set adaptation. But with that said, I need to get some water, so I'm gonna take a break. Everyone else should get also hydrated while we wait for Gamma and KS.
Alright, 2 very interesting names. Gamma, with the newly acquired Bridget, now on their, I guess, I'm hesitating to say home turf, but back in Netherlands, much easier to match against people once again. And the match for tonight is gonna be KS Gott-Lewis, the Finnish Gott-Lewis player who has improved very steadily and has improved at a, you know, I want to say scary pace. It's, you know, I think to some extent I've come to expect that, you know, people who start from like grassroots level to eventually get stuck, you know, here and there, come to those plateaus, so to speak, with their fighting game career. I think I haven't seen anything of the sort for KS so far, just blazing forward, getting stronger by the day, by the event, and now I think this will probably be an ultimate test. Gamma a very strong player, even if this is newer character for Gamma. It's the same old. Strong players be strong with all characters, and the matchup might as well be one that doesn't favor Goldluis. I'm not sure. But one thing is for sure, if you get, no matter who you're playing against as Goldluis, if you get to pressure them, you're the favorite to win the round for sure. So it's gonna come down to Goldluis's, KS's ability to get into that position where they land something on hit or on block. And I wonder, at full screen, you should probably have enough time to set out drone unless Bridget is keeping a certain kind of spacing, just like this.
I've already missed the first round, unfortunately. Oh no. But I'm really interested in seeing how Gamma has advanced with Bridget so far.
Yeah, spying at the numbers from rating update it's been steadily they've been steadily increasing. So, and the performance Gamma is putting out during these first 3 games, looking pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Gamma again. You know, obviously a more established player, has been around for a while, so it's not that surprising. Oh, really solid burst bait. It's not super surprising to see them doing well, but it still, you know, just shows the dedication and shows how much they're enjoying the character.
Oh, nice hit confirm. I think a 6 heavy.
6H into the side, into the Skyfish.
Sidearm. Look at the size of my sidearm. Trying to escape through the skies, BRC to make sure. Oh, run straight into the casket! You have to burst
Gamma. Yeah, you have to burst. That is death if you do not burst. Ooh, with the safe jump setup. Well, that setup well timed is just safe for Gamma. Just like that.
Can't blame KS for the sort of primal reaction there. Tried to 6B the rolling Oki. Unfortunately, was a little too tight, but it's like when you see an opponent coming from the air, your first reaction is, I got an anti-air, I got a 6B.
Yeah, the unfortunate truth of that is that for Bridget, that is what her safe jump looks like. So that can trip up people who might not be used to the matchup. I do wonder, you know, how much Chaos has been able to practice so far against Bridget. He's been out for about a month at this point, right?
Yeah, I think more or less.
And so, plenty of time to have seen her in the tower.
Ooh, that's the time to use 6B though. And again, Gamma realizes if they don't burst here, this is gonna be the end of the round. The empty low. Clean setup flowing into one another. That's gonna be super important for pretty much any Bridget player. You don't have the highest of damage, so you gotta take advantage of that, you know, blender Oki opportunity that you get from knocking your opponent down. Alright, very important hit to find for Gamma. Able to get out of
it overhead.
Playing very safe, I think, conscious of the burst here. And Chaos was a really late 6B, but still ends up working. Now closing out the airways, jump slash, get down to the ground. Gamma though, with the patience.
Getting the backdash caught out by the Roger command grab. And it's really interesting to see, you know, that Roger super has been one that I was wondering, you know, I wonder what kind of uses this is, other than just kind of getting wall breaks from far away. I was struggling to see a good use for it, because it's not plus enough to be doing some shenanigans with RC after using it, but seeing Gamma use it really well now in order to break the drone coming in. That's very interesting.
Honestly, that might be the make and break thing in this matchup. If it actually just deletes level 3 drone, that is nutty. You like if you realize how Goldluis matchups work, you will happily always save 50 meter to delete that drone when you can, especially when you're you know, a zoning-ish character like Bridget.
Yeah, it's such a it's a very interesting situation to see, because typically the drone, especially with the recent buffs, has been the way in which Gold Lewis kind of gets into the checkmate positions in every matchup.
I think it literally is in some matchups his victory condition. Here it comes again.
And look at that. This time, I think it just Roger came in a bit too early and still just only collided with Gold Lewis and not with
Right.
the,
So it's the timing. It's not that it deletes the drone. It's that it prevents it from manifesting if you're fast enough, right?
No, I mean more. It might just need to hit only the drone after it's fully out. I'm not sure. I need to see it more times and may potentially go into the lab and try that out.
Yeah, you can be sure that Gamma is gonna bust out that tool for us to observe more than once more in this matchup.
Oh, that's 2H. Yeah, too heavy is such a nice button. It's a very Street Fighter-like anti-air, I feel. You know, Guilty Gear has we have our 6Bs a lot, but having such a dedicated upward move is not as typical to use as an anti-air. People will always default to the 6Bs, but seeing Gamma use that too heavy really well, very good, yeah. And the down with the system, gets baited, and Gamma takes a round.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think in older Guilty Gear games, we had much more, you know, those like very far hitting 2 heavies, but in Strive they kind of are not present the same way anymore. And Bridget is the first character, in my opinion, who brings that to the table. I guess Kai has his 2 heavy, but it's very different from Exert. Oh wow, actually going empty there, probably predicting a burst. There's the burst!
Oh, and speaking of predicting the burst, Gamma just stealing a yoinking KS's burst.
There we go! I think even if you end up taking hit from the drone as a result, if you manage to prevent Gold Lewis from advancing with the drone, I think that's good enough. You'll happily take a couple of hits, like lose a little bit of health to just get rid of the fact that Gold Lewis gets in with the drone. And so far, almost every single Roger Super has achieved that in one way or another. And now I wonder what KS's adjustment is seeing Gamma play so actively with it.
Yeah, look at that. The drone was fully out and it got destroyed. Actually destroyed by Roger coming in.
I wonder if it loses durability the longer it's out. So if you wait a while and then fire Roger.
What I think might happen is I think the drone can take a certain amount of hits, which typically it can take quite a few hits, but Roger hits so many times that it might just win over against the drone.
Yeah, I'm super curious, like, to just precisely mechanically know, like, what happens here with this interaction. Again, yeah, it's just gone. Wow, what can Gold Lewis do in this matchup if the drone is non-factor? I guess
that becomes such a much harder matchup for Gold Lewis to do anything in. And just like that, look at that bait. Gamma just knowing that KS had one final opportunity to use the burst and just stealing it.
Insult to injury, I think Gamma is fully aware what they're doing. They're not gonna spend that 50 meter. They're gonna rush into that 50 meter and hold it for dear life. Just denying all and every single opportunity to use that security level. Alright, this time getting it out, but you know, even if Gamma doesn't have the meter, Bridget and the mobility. Oh, I think that's gonna punish that Rock the Baby. Yes, indeed. And now, KS, opportunity. There we go. But look at how difficult it was to arrive at this situation. Like, everything had to align just perfectly for KS.
Yeah, it definitely is just kind of a denial of resources game here, because obviously KS needs to be kind of playing the very patient game, using the burst, making sure to not using the drone, to very carefully, and when it's deleted, then just kind of holding off and trying to use it again before before Gamma has enough meter to set another Roger and delete it.
But at least we can lean on the fact that if we somehow manage to get in as God Lewis, you can see what happens. It is kind of hard to play against God Lewis once the pressure starts.
The trade with the far slash ended up being really advantageous for Gamma. Yeah, just dodging the drone. KS unfortunately having Gamma just fly in their face.
Well, oh, here we go though. Gamma has a burst. Hard baiting. Gamma.
Unfortunately, hard baiting ends up being really advantageous for Gamma.
It's really hard though, because like, oh, there we go. Got this bait. Because like, again, in a matchup like this, where like you're a one chance character, they will like. Bridget bursting you back to neutral is kind of catastrophic, so I think you have to go for those baits a little more aggressively than somebody who, can do stuff at neutral.
Yeah, it's just a shame that, obviously if you hard bait the burst and then lose the combos for it, then there's a very real possibility that, especially with how good Bridget is with her movement, that she's just gonna run away from you and you're not gonna be able to get a combo again.
Ooh, the jump slash. Oh, nice! Pulls out the gun this time. And with the 50 meter, we are in and we are landing! Yeah. KS with a quick burst, two games. What? Like, I'm not even sure what happened there, but KS, I guess it literally looks like KS is just reading, having the right reads in the RPS situations. You just gotta guess right in the most crucial of places. Like so. Now the burst is gone. Oh my god, this is a big opportunity for KS. Hit the big overhead.
Oh, and now with the drone in a position where Gamma can't just delete it, it's going to do its work, forcing Gamma to be respectful, but unfortunately, never mind, we got a flying old Lewis. Gets grabbed into the corner though. And now rushing in.
Oh, one more jumpy for the overhead. Uh-oh, the counter burst bait. Now it gets kind of tough. Any hit will do it for KS, but this is definitely. Oh my goodness! Finds the
catching up. Yeah, exactly. I think KS is just kind of taking a bit to adapt to the way Gamma was playing and finding the way in. Yeah, sometimes it's just difficult. With a character that moves as freely as Bridget does around the screen, it's going to be really hard to adapt to your gameplay, especially with a slow character like Gold Lewis to get in.
Chase them down. Here comes KS with the throw, looking for that
and
one
now,
more hit.
There we go, another grab catches it. I do wonder if KS could have gotten it right away with an OTG hit, but a second grab gets it. And KS, just like that, is almost caught up.
I like the option at the end as well, in case Gamma was to burst, because they still had a burst ready to go. Just playing the slower option, giving them a couple of frames and then grabbing. Alright, so... Oh, perfect! The burst! God, seeing a lot of those vacuum
And
bursts.
oh, look at that! With the timing on the return, Chaos just knows. Chaos just grabbing out Gamma from the command grab. Mistimed the Hema Typhoon here. Oh, and I think that was an unfortunate misinput.
Alright, spending the security gauge for the gun.
Yeah, I think Chaos was just mindful of the fact that Gamma had meter there again to delete the incoming drone if it came to that.
You know, that's
And
an
I think
interesting.
that's the adaptation. I think that's one important point.
Yeah, maybe taking out the Skyfish more often than the drone is what needs to happen. He can definitely call out space. Oh, here we go.
Oh, and the fake.
Is that a kill?
This is, I think, death. Yeah.
Every single one of those bullets, 1 damage. The optimal way to finish the round. And would you have ever guessed, looking at the first 4 matches, Gamma has such prevalent start. I would have never imagined KS comes back to 4 games even this strong.
It's the power of Chaos has been a player. I feel like I comment on this every time they play with us, but Chaos has been a player that we've seen have such a real evolution throughout, you know, playing so often at
For sure.
Bounty Hunters, and just kind of seeing these moments of from someone who's getting matched early on against all the newcomers into Bounty Hunters to someone who's going against these established names like Gamma and even Sierra Vice recently and really well. Just shows the evolution and shows, you know, the growth in the ability to adapt mid-set, as we're seeing right now.
Wow.
Look at that. This is exactly what I meant, you know.
Oh wow, just
Respectful round start. Oh, bear command grab.
Alright, Gamma finding the frame trap this time. And this is where it starts.
Yeah, and going from the 6 heavy into the air command grab.
What? I've never seen that mix-up before. Bridget has so much potential with, you know, being such a mobile character, being such a very expressive character.
Oh no, the unfortunate air typhoon there getting punished by the Roger.
But using the version that has a hitbox on the set. That's an interesting feature of Bridget. Can use a lot of different options with the yo-yo set. You can use the one that hits on the way in, which I think comes back really fast. Or is it the other way around? Either way.
In the battle of the 6Bs, we just saw Gold Lewis beating Bridget 6B. Oh, and the gold burst now doesn't go into much after the RC and spends more meter on the continued pressure into the command grab, and now in the corner. Chaos is in such a rough position, and Gamma's just gonna take it and pull ahead once again with 5 points.
How many characters in this game can go for like 3 overheads into a command grab that starts in the air? I think like Ino is closest to, you know, doing something of the sort.
When I was trying out Bridget, I actually felt like she played really similar game plan to Ino. The way you do the kind of yo-yo sets on Oki, and you have those kinds of air approaches, and you can go for the high-low mix-ups. To me, it felt very interesting and very close to the way she plays, to the way Ino plays, rather.
Yeah, and then added to the fact that both the characters have, you know, mobility issues in their own way. But KS once again almost perfect that round. 5k. Oh, calling out. What was that from Gamma? Micro dash round start. Something.
Oh yeah, the air Roger. Roger Slam is actually something that I think Gamma, as far as Bridget players go, has been the one I've seen use it the most, and to really good effect.
Yeah, and the fact that you can't really punish that on block. It's something like -5 or -6 or -7, but it just pushes away so far. Now the punish from Gamma. Is that gonna be the round? Not quite, I think. No meter to spend.
Oh, I think... Did I get a... Oh, I think I'm desync.
Did
I
you?
was so confused as to what's... Yeah, no, I have a very big desyncing issue going on right now. I don't know if the players are experiencing the same. Probably not.
Yeah, we'll see. Ooh, attempting a whip punish there on Coffin Swing.
Yeah. Yeah, my game looks very different from what's going on in the stream right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, luckily I think usually when... Oh my god, the first bait! I guess the punish as well! Unfortunately, not enough meter to slam KS out of the round. Security gauge 3 used. Oh, gold burst. Yeah, you're not gonna wake from this pressure. Alright, Gamma getting up to 6 points, and now it's gonna be very suffocating for KS. But I wonder if you compare this to the conundrum that we had earlier, being in 0-4 position. Oh, did I disconnect?
Yeah, no, I'm disconnecting now. Yeah, for me, they had just gone into the 3rd round, so that's how bad the desync was.
All right, I think I at least got the next match. Are you watching this as well, or did you just fully disconnect?
Yeah, no, I'm fully disconnected.
All right, we'll potentially see you in the next set, but for now, Gamma arriving to 6 points first. Now KS needs to find the stride once again. Oh, does the close-ups recover in time? No, sir! Big opportunity for KS. Catches the backers with 5k! And converts!
I can see things from the stream a bit delayed, which is a bit unfortunate. At least I get to see your point of view. I don't get to miss out on the game.
Now Gamma has gathered that 50 meter. And in the usual Strive manner, the one who's on the receiving end of the stick doesn't build quite as much. Luckily for KS, they can... Ooh, nice backdash! Opportunity. Are we gonna cross up? Yes, indeed. 50 meter in the tank. KS will happily take this 50 meter out of Gamma's gauge. He's gonna go over it, not quite! Good idea, though. But now both players completely out of meter. I wonder which player this... Oh, the yo-yo coming back after set amount of time. Can't really call that back in this game. I think you can't call it back in plus R either.
I actually ended up never trying her in plus R. I might have to. I haven't touched plus R in a little bit, but I'm curious because that game is insane.
Wall break without super. KS on their last legs potentially. Big counter hit, too heavy. Gamma has so much meter to make this work, but combo drop, backdash out of the pressure. KS somehow still alive, takes out the gun, no good. Clears the first set of mix-ups, but Gamma finding the anti-air. It is too much to take. Gamma takes it 7-4 against KS, but wow, what a hero run back from that 0-4 situation earlier. Honestly, that was a great set. As soon as we sort of established that the Roger Super was so strong at denying the security drone level 3 from God Lewis, in my head it was completely desperate, miserable, and unwinnable. But KS definitely did not think so.
Such a shame that I missed out on the last 2 games. Ah. But still, really good to see how far Gamma has gotten with Bridget. And also, you know, KS's ability to adapt there was really good. It's just a shame that it wasn't enough to really get it. To really get the set.
Yeah, game extremely close though, I want to say. Alright, next up, let's see our options. So I don't think Anna is back yet, so next on the line would be our North American representatives if they are both awake. I think I'm seeing Martin. Also, if you're joining the cast right now, don't panic. Don't get your hopes up. This is not Martin Kai from Sweden.
Martin from this is the US. This is the US set, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where are they from, state-wise? I think you had the information there?
Martin is from... I can't remember which way it is. Washington, D.C. and Georgia, but which one is which? Martin is from Washington, D.C. and RestoMaru from Georgia.
Oh. It's always cool to see, again, a variety of origins here, because we always get the EU matches, as we were saying earlier, but getting to have some more variety, getting some people from the US participating again. This event is open to everyone. The biggest barrier is just getting a match for you that won't be laggy. Have we ever had, actually, since you'll know, in the history of bounty hunters, both for Plus R and Strive and all the others, have we ever had anyone from any matches from Asia?
I want to say no. I'm pretty sure that's a nope so far. But interestingly enough, I think we had a couple of players who were shilling bounty hunters to Japanese players at some point, and actually, I forgot who it was, but one of them was kinda interested. So I think it's kind of just a matter of time, and you know, I suppose me going out there and like establishing the first link. And we could potentially eventually see Asian participants as well here. That would be kind of nutty.
So if any of y'all are in chat and you have any contacts elsewhere in the world, you know, people from the US who might be cheering on for Martin and RestoMaru, go out and tell your friends about bounty hunters. Bring some new faces in here. This event is open to everyone, open to all skill levels. Immediately we have Martin hitting with a Mega Fist.
Oh, but the armor. The slight hit, the hammer falls. But you've got to be conscious of. Oh, goes for the command grab a little too early there.
Finds a hit with a close slash. Unfortunately, doesn't get the Kara Buster there to find the grab. But still gets the round. Martin getting the first round in, and now RestoMaru with the side-to-side air dash gets an air move. He's a jumping slash. That's what I'm going to say. Solid 6p from Martin. Going into those Garuda Impact Plus frames.
Ooh, that was an interesting way to whiff punish forward Mega Fist. If you are on the...
No!
Oh, baits out the reversal command grab. And the backdash avoids. Who's the grappler here?
Oh, and the RC out of Hammerfall, that's your answer! with a Potemkin Buster to end the round. Martin takes the first game.
Whew. This is a really interesting matchup in the sense that Potemkin kind of has pretty good reach. It's like both these characters, compared to their old variations, have surprisingly long range in Strive.
Yeah.
And you would imagine.
Look at that damage.
Oh, that was actually a good option.
Oh no, unfortunately RestoMaru doesn't hold on to the Vortex for long enough to get through, get in.
Yeah, again,
under
that is
the Gigantor.
Yeah, that is actually the right option. It will go under and in a lot of cases will punish, but you gotta hold it.
Yeah, you do have to hold. Even Stroke the Big Tree from Eno can go under. It's very funny to do that against against Potemkin. But unfortunately, RestoMaru, that bit of damage was a bit too much.
And one command crab. Looking for another. Ooh, RestoMaru gets a very good position here. Draw the corner.
Oh, managed to get the counter grab Martin. And now, with hitting that Garuda impact, forces the burst out of RestoMaru, uses the armor to tank a hit, RCs, and goes for another buster for game 2.
Another thing that's super exciting is no matter what skill level of players, you always see like slight differences between the regions in terms of playstyle. Like little bits and pieces, you can kind of feel it. Oh, that was a nice punish though. Doesn't get the full sequence. Mega Fist forward, hitting in the air. I think that's plus, and now in a tricky situation, looking for a way out.
Cross back into the corner. RestoMaru with a walk forward got out of the corner and managed to get the hit. But unfortunately, still getting bustered.
I gotta say,
Finds a hit.
YRC from Potemkin point blank is probably one of the scariest YRC situations you can be in this game, period.
Oh no!
That was so smart!
RestoMaru finds the hit, but unfortunately,
that is definitely one option that you can do. When you connect with Potemkin's armor, you can RC, red RC, it's gonna cause a shockwave for a second hit and break Potemkin out of the armor. Not the case now and back then against Potemkin. Meter is super important to RPS in terms of like in a lot of situations where Potemkin puts you. Oh, that's gonna call out.
The Gigantor Kai does get a solid hit, solid bit of damage on the combo.
A little too early there on the button. RestoMaru delays the second hit of the sequence.
No, unfortunately, jumps away because accidentally taking the corner, but still, RestoMaru able to close out the round. Now on to round 3.
With the hit, even on counter hit, I think Mega Fist forward. Does it get you a combo? I forgot. But on normal hit, it is still not very plus. Ooh, big hit. And Martin finds the decisive command grab.
Yeah, 3 for 3 games so far with Martin finishing on the buster. Very, very decisive. Really going for the option.
Cool thing here, no matter which Martin it is, I think it's always the Martins. They're the most hyped, the most anticipated, the most liked players. I'm seeing so many Martin fans in the chat.
Martin brought the support group here. That's always great to see when people bring in their friends to give them some big support. Oh, got a reversal. Tyrant Rave into the buster.
Yeah, instead of taking the Hammerfall hit, just canceling out of it and taking the bigger prize instead.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta respect it. Martin clearly has a preference for how to end their rounds, and Yeah, Potemkin Buster is away, and that is away, but now we got RestoMaru getting their own command grab, not liking being busted, going for the wild throw. Martin with a dangerously low amount of health, Mega Fists over the Gunflame.
God, that's such a classic. Another tool I've been struggling with myself back in the day when I played Soul. Yeah, those Gunflame cancels can be very dangerous. Now RestoMaru.
Unfortunately, gets grabbed out of the pressure. Or Mega Fist gets a hit. RestoMaru coming in.
Wants to end it right here, using all the resources to keep RestoMaru in the corner. However, who has the last laugh? It is RestoMaru. Is that gonna?
No OTG hit. Oh my! And now the 5Ps get it, and Martin goes up 4-0.
The hardest of gambles there. Bandit Revolver. It is kind of a 50-50. Are you gonna do the follow-up? But for each of the hits, you're gonna be quite punishable. And Martin with the patience to hold there. Hold it until the second hit comes out. But we're getting closer. Let's see how it's gonna develop. Swinging a miss with the 6P there. I think in this matchup, 6P is actually super important against. Oh my goodness, what a hit! Bamboozles Martin a little. But again, no full conversions. And unless the Soul player puts the big rewards on the table, I think as a Potemkin player, you're gonna be pretty brave swinging stuff around, right?
Yeah, you are a very committal character, especially in Soul. You know, if the Soul player is on their A game with their conversions, there's a lot of punishable things that Potemkin can do.
Yeah, if you dial your usual Soul pressure, like go, like for example, 4 slash, 5 heavy, Gunflame, Potemkin can just simply, you know, Mega Fist forward and get over that.
And especially if you're playing against someone who can do the kind of Kara back Mega Fists, those things in the corner can be so devastating to Soul because it's so hard to then deal with it. Because it still goes over your Gunflame, I'm fairly sure, and it's very, very damaging.
Ooh, tried to go for a full charge 5D there. RestoMaru says no. 1-2, is that? No, the 5 heavy doesn't hit. But the Bandit Bringer will. Alright, another opportunity to get on table for RestoMaru. Connects a little too high in the air. That back throw.
And now, yeah, being put into the Midi Garuda, the Midi Garuda situation is so difficult to deal with.
Warning, warning.
Oh no, you are in the corner against Potemkin. Does escape, and now Martin goes for the blue RC, just barely hits, and then gets the Heat Knuckle for the game win.
You know, that's really fitting because the last matchup we were talking about those 2 heavy anti-airs, and I completely forgot that Potemkin kinda has one for situations like that. Not the best, but definitely the reward on counter hit is there. Speaking of rewards, good timing on the gold burst. Now what can we do with that juice? Oh, that's a very, very curious side switch there. Never seen a sequence quite like that before. Martin ready to snatch RestoMaru out of the sky. Big reach, Potemkin. You already know it. If you know they're gonna jump, that's what's gonna happen. Going under with the Grand Viper, sorry, Vortex.
It's Grand Vortex Viper. Yes.
And then all the other moves that look similar to that, for example, Heiyun's slide, they have their own funny names like Krampa Viper. Ooh, the 2Ps! Not close enough.
We're seeing a lot of Martin being able to just... RestoMaru is just being really respectful of Martin's pressure. which makes it very difficult. If you respect a lot of what Potemkin is trying to do, he's gonna be able to just keep pressing buttons on your face, and it's very difficult to deal with. You need to kind of be very aware of where you can press buttons and contest these scenarios.
Right. And now it's sort of do or die for RestoMaru. Martin with a very decisive 6-0 lead. It's a good start, forcing Martin to spend the burst. Nice air to air. But I think one of the biggest problems for RestoMaru is they've landed a lot of really good hits at neutral, but the conversions haven't quite been there.
Oh, unfortunately unable to punish the blocked gold burst. It's very difficult for a lot of characters to punish it on reaction after blocking. Now, RestoMaru, oh, unfortunately, Martin bounces a bit too far behind him.
Oh my god! Did that just cross up? No way! Oh, no way! I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think Potemkin jump slash potentially crossing up. And the Karabuster! Did you just not walk back round start? And Martin, potentially one command grab away from sealing the deal here. RC, is that it? Not quite.
But Demian Buster deals a lot of damage, but I don't think it does just about that much.
Yeah, with Sol at least having some access to guts. Not quite getting put down there, but...
Just like that, Martin came in here and did a really solid showing, really solid Potemkin set.
I mean, what would you expect if you bring your, your hype squad holding up their hands for you while you gather the energy for the spirit bomb? Really hard thingy to overcome, right?
Yeah. And speaking of people with a hive squad, we got... This is a... oh, sorry. We got another good match coming in. We got Benny versus Tikivik. Two returning names. Especially Benny has been back recently.
Yeah, Benny has been on the grind, and I feel like one of the reasons why they have been on the grind, we've seen this matchup once before on Bounty Hunters, once as well on Assembly, the Finnish tournament. I think both those cases, Tikivik took the FT7 7-5, and Benny lost the tournament match on Assembly to Tikivik also 0-3. So I think that was the impetus for Benny to sort of swear revenge, and this is their time. They've been wanting to run back, and now it's their time to show what they've been able to, if they've been able to accumulate the necessary know-how, the information, the muscle memory, everything to take down Tikivik Sol. Fellow Finnish players, actually, I did talk to Benny last night, and both Benny and Tikivik were actually at the same bar. So if they are hungover, at least there's the fact that probably both of them are very good friends. Yeah, this will be...
Alright, they didn't just happen to be in the same bar, they were hanging out at the bar.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but knowing that they are very good friends would lead me to believe that they probably had it all planned. Either way, oh, the 6 heavy, sorry, 6S catches backdash from Benny.
Yeah, the run-up DP, but with a beater to back it up and make it safe. Tikivik was just going for it. And speaking of DPs, Benny doesn't manage to escape the corner with their own. And now, yeah, it's time for chip pressure in the corner. Oh, unfortunately for Benny, Tikivik does manage to interrupt it and finds the round win.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of those matchups for Chip. I feel like every matchup in Strive is one of those matchups, because a lot of characters deal very high damage, and you're obviously the pixiest character in the game, so you gotta play very carefully.
Yeah, oh, solid anti-air 5P hits. And going into the clone super right away for a solid wall break. And with positive bonus, there's quite a good bits of pressure extension that you can do as Chip, but Benny doesn't need any of that. Is gonna just take the round right away, taking Tikivik into round 3 of this first game. Catching with the overhead. But yeah, no, you can tell these two players are playing more. It's more of a player versus player matchup than necessarily just the two characters playing against one another, because the amount of respect I'm seeing is atypical of this matchup, I feel.
I think the DP comes out, gets Benny out of a sticky situation. Oh no! I feel like that's usually the point where Benny wants to like RC either way, but still Tiki.
Oh, and just on the last hit, Benny gets the burst back. The anime power-up from playing the Ninja Lord. And just like that, takes the first game.
A pretty messy knockdown, not the cleanest, but, you know, Benny finds the meaty hit, keeps it tight. Keeping it tight against Soul, that's gonna be, I feel like, the name of the game. If Benny can execute their game, oh my god, that was brilliant.
Yeah, that's the best option you can do against Alpha Blade, is just the jump back and just jump E is really solid way of just contesting it. And now managing to RC and get the burst base. Unfortunately, Tikivik drops it, uses their own burst aggressively, but gets put into the corner by Benny.
Oh my god, from behind. Guilty Gear? Anyone?
Yeah, these two are fighting over who gets the corner, and Benny is just one hit away from dying, but doesn't want to go down easily.
Has to take the wall break with a normal here, but I feel like this is one of the situations where Chip really thrives, because you are good at getting in on your opponent uncontested and getting, you know, that pressure started, getting stray hits in. So if you are zero health, that doesn't really matter for Chip that much. As long as your opponent is low as well.
Yeah, I mean, being on 0 health is just the Chip's default state.
YRC, important one. Ooh, the trade. I'm surprised at that. Heavy Volcanic Viper actually traded. And with the multiple air options, the triple jump, Benny.
Yeah, just going for the triple jump there for the added options, just trying to confuse Tiki on which side they're gonna land. Now finding the hit with the low. Going through, is this gonna be enough to kill? It is! Just barely.
And this is, you know, this is honestly the game for Benny to sort of redeem their honor. And I think Benny has come into this matchup very well prepared. These two games so far. Oh my, what? That was 5k from so far away. Like, we're seeing some footsies on the screen. 5k, gets there. In time once again. Oh, just a little too short on the dash. Yeah, look at that, the 2S. 2S is such a good button against Chip as well. Oh my goodness, Tiki just queued up that burst. And let's see the biggest punish you can do. Straight into the super. Does this super break wall, actually?
It doesn't, actually. It's just a solid ground reset. I don't think it... Oh, really solid bait there, just being mindful of it, even though they were trying to dash forward. But no, Zanza and Roga can't actually break the wall.
It kind of looks like Zanza and Roga actually resets you straight mid-screen, no matter where you hit.
I'm not that sure about that, because honestly, you know, it's so rare for me to see Chip players actually use it as a super.
Right? Alright, Tiki. 50 meter, the pressure. This is danger. How does Benny escape this? Oh, taking the hit and then reading the back with the command grab with a backdash. That's one way to do it. Oh, I think that was the right option from Tiki. They queued up the 6P, but somehow, I think it was too late, huh? Because if Chip doesn't have the the 50 meter to RC, the Rekka 2 into Rekka 3, it is fast, but it has a gap for 6Ps to go through.
I actually didn't know that. I actually tried to spot on the delayed stream kind of what the option Tikivik was going for was, but I couldn't properly spot if it was just, misinput of something that wasn't 6P and that's why it's lost, or if it was just a slower 6P.
Ooh, Tiki with the confirm. Okay amount of damage, but we need one more. Oh, that's...
Yeah, and this might be the one more with a little reset on the middle. Unfortunate miss on that
my God,
on
which
that
side?
DP punish. And the leaf grab comes in, does a respectable amount of damage. And the standing overhead, the unblockable chip move comes through and finds the last hit necessary.
Benny actually ends up stealing that round with 0 hit points.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Yeah,
Far
that's...
slash hit. Yeah, you do not want to get hit by the soul far slash counter hit.
And on counter hit, that's not a question of is there gonna be a burst, it's which hit are you gonna burst as Chip. Because that is gonna murder you otherwise. Go Banky Messai, break the wall, and potentially mixing again. Look at Tiki's meter though, that's a lot of meter to go for potentially DP RC if they so wish.
Going for the super right away again, kind of killing time whilst they still have the positive bonus taking through. Oh, interesting clash.
And the wall break, is that gonna be enough? And not quite. If there's something good about Chip, at least it's his guts. Oh, nice punish there on the with normal.
And are seeing just to guarantee the wall break and the round win.
Wow, the momentum is completely on Benny's side. Something we're not quite used to seeing, considering the the last 2 times when these guys met on the screen has been Tikivik advantage, but there's still time to make the adjustments. This is only the start of the FT7.
And the biggest thing is just that, Chip is such a momentum-based character that you can just get a big advantage early and kind of ride off that confidence of running your mix into more wins. And oh no, speaking of momentum, that was an unfortunate drop to do.
Oh, mix up into the low. Is that gonna be it? That's gonna be it! No, that doesn't
No! But one more quick low does find the hit necessary to get the game win. Go up 4 rounds. Tikivik getting dangerously left behind on the scoreline, but it's absolutely,
one adjustment.
Not over yet.
Yeah, one adjustment.
Because individual rounds have been quite close so far. Tikivik has, clearly just getting caught by the mix, by the 50-50s, and there's a certain level to which you just can't help but get hit sometimes.
Yeah, and even if Chip is full health, it's always like the line between alive and death for Chip is very fading.
And especially when you're playing Soul, I mean, Soul can do some absolutely explosive conversions on people, so it's always a scary idea, a scary thought to see, a Chip getting a big counter hit on him.
Alright, Benny with very little life to spend. Footsies mannen, lek inte. That's the good use of Soul 2S as a preemptive poke. I feel like that's one of the reasons why, this matchup can appear kind of tricky for Chip sometimes. Soul does have options to contest you out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, especially having the 3-frame 5K on a lot of options. If Tikivik calls that out properly, you can break some pressure strings with it very, very well. And just kind of from that break, Chip's momentum. Oh, the standing overhead, that's 6k. Unreactable, unblockable.
Oh, but the trade. That was a decent idea. Only, you know, I guess the go-to option is to air dash, instant air dash over the fireball, but the most important thing is the timing, of course. It's the classic Street Fighter thing. You gotta be air dashing already when the fireball is leaving their hands.
Air dashing in Street Fighter?
I mean, in Street Fighter, the option is to jump, but the instant air dash is the Guilty Gear equivalent of Street Fighter jump forward, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just it's just funny to say a Street Fighter air dash. Just like that, you know, Tikivik has put themselves on the board. You know, hashtag not free, but even now we're seeing there's a little bit of momentum swing. Tikivik found their way in. Unfortunately, did a faint gunflame. I don't think that's what you wanted to do there, or maybe you use it to be able to cancel.
Oh, here comes the damage.
Oh no, whiff DP. Look at the damage that clean hit DP does.
That's like
poor Chip.
That's like close slash into DP, and that's half your life. Oh, it's gonna be super dangerous for Benny to trade here. Wow! I can guarantee you the vortex was not what Tiki was inputting, but you know. Chip do be moving around and sometimes crossing your inputs.
Yeah.
Either way, this is good time as any for Tiki to wake up and mount a comeback against Benny.
The first 4 games are just data.
Ooh, the whip punish. When it comes to whip punishing, I feel like Chip, one of the premium ones in the game. Of course, any character that moves as fast as, you know, your little ninja here. Back at the footsies. Of course, Soul, if they hit that counter hit 6S, it's gonna be a disaster. Speaking of counter hits.
Big counter hit overhead. Yeah, that gets through the wall. Gets Benny another round.
That's sort of what I call the... I want to call the Benny special. They really love the... You know, playing with the Rekka sequence, Rekka 2 into Rekka 3, and then RC to force your opponent into a mix-up, especially if there's extra risk put on the opponent already. Oh, there we go!
Ooh. And blocks the burst!
Benny!
I saw Benny jumping forward. I was like, wait, is Tikivik gonna be able to burst here? And then seeing that burst come out so fast and just as fast getting blocked. That was insane, and just like that, Benny gets 5. That's a 5th point, 3 points ahead. That was brutal. That was relentless. I think Benny might have been the one who got home and drank more water, ate more bread before going to sleep.
Ooh, what a trade. Doesn't care, straight into the DP. I do like how Benny's usually very fond of the DP, but sort of like arguably very justifiably so, very reserved with the DP this time around. You are indeed playing against Soul, and having one bad read with that DP means you potentially lose the round right there if you don't have burst.
Yeah, Chip's DP I think is one of the more notorious ones for just... It kind of just whiffs and you're just there like, you are Chip with your... on a whiff DP, about to get counter hit to oblivion. Especially against Soul, you know, I've seen so many clips of Soul just touch of deathing Chip. Not the case right now. Tikivik opted to go for the tick throw setup.
Ooh, just barely missing the 6S. Arriving to the corner. Speaking of DPs, are we gonna see any? Oh, doubles it up into Rekka 3! The overhead. Very
breaks
decent
the
amount of
wall.
damage.
That's really reasonable amount of damage, yeah, considering it's Chip who notoriously gets, called a bit weak on the damage front in Strive.
You know, I've been trying to get
Please
out of that
grab.
habit, because honestly, Chip in Strive deals very decent amount of damage compared to his old iterations. But old habits die kind of hard. I guess
in the context of Strive, his damage is, I think, on the lower end.
Right,
You
I
need
was
to
about to
win
say-
a lot of interactions. Like, it feels like Chip is just kind of playing a regular game whilst everyone else has danger time turned on.
Right. You have to remember who you're basically comparing yourself to. Oh!
In this case, it's Soul. Look at that. Oh no. There you go. And that was a conversion that could have very easily kept going. They were just at the corner now. Tikivik getting a 3rd point.
Wins.
God, I think it's like a mental effect. When the screen shakes, every time Tikivik lands a big counter hit, it really do be shaking in my mind. You feel the weight of the striker coming for your little pixie ninja. Alright. Benny's gonna have so many resources here. Oh, and the whip punish. I'm not sure if that was a true punish, but it should potentially be it. Has the super, doesn't even need to use it.
Duel 2.
The pace is definitely picking up. No matter who's taking the rounds, it's the rounds are on average starting to look a little shorter than at the start.
Oh, once again, 6k, unblockable move. And the solid flash coming out in Tikivik's favor, but now Benny gets back in. Ooh, decent conversion, but doesn't get the full combo through. Oh, unfortunately crosses up on it.
No cancel, but the stray hits are slowly piling up, even if Tiki doesn't convert into anything. Yeah.
And the far slash punishing that jump 2k. Moving on to...
Wow, Tiki, what? What are you doing, madman? It works out. And Tiki with the big counter hit. There's no choice but to burst for Benny here.
Oh, solid bandit bringer. RC's into a safe DP, and now Benny's in a very dangerous position, and there we go, gets taken out for Tikivik's 4th point. Slowly, inching closer, closing that gap between the two of them.
Jesus Christ, I'm still shook about that, was it neutral jump or back jump into the, like, 1 frame before landing, going for the DP and catching Benny. That was nutty.
Solid grab. Getting in with the double overhead, or just the 2-hit overhead.
Ooh, the 6B not reaching quite far enough. Benny was looking to punish on that escape Tatsu.
Look at how much damage Chip is taking right now.
Uh-oh.
Getting hit by Fafnir. That's not something you want to do. Look at this. That's a 60% plus conversion. And another Fafnir off of the reset. Tikivik just decided, I'm going to stick this fist through your face.
I think good
Set you on
knowledge from Benny as well, that when that counter hit Fafnir hit, there was no burst, I think, because like generally Fafnir is pretty burst safe. Is it still burst safe in this game? I think.
I'm not really sure. I'm not very experienced with getting hit by Fafnir.
Am I again? I might be mixing my Exert knowledge base here. Either way, Benny pushing the opportunity to finish this round. Oh my god, that process up!
Steals corner? Okay, just yoinks the corner out of Tikivik and uses that to take the round with a perfect. And now already coming back, really good backdash from Tikivik, but Benny manages to get back in, forces the burst out of Tiki.
Here we go. Works like
Leaf
a charm.
grab, RC's the leaf grab, goes for the ball stick combo.
And this
And
is
now
actually
this
like
is a very low health Tiki, but 6 heavy will find a hit. And this is so bad, guys, so you can never discount the health deficit.
I'm
Oh
so-
no! Oh
He's
no!
not holding the
Oh
burst!
no!
Benny's still
Benny?
holding it!
Benny?
Oh my god, he held it all the way to the end! What a fucking madman! How...
This is saving the burst for the next game for sure. Just deciding, I'm taking this burst with me. It's going into what is now set point for Benny.
That is like the nuttiest player read. I think Tiki... I felt like in my mind any of those combos was sort of lethal, but Benny holding their ground, not succumbing to any of those hard baits.
I mean, if you'll notice now, Benny has the burst and Tiki doesn't, so I think he just saved it for this game. But now, seeing good pressure. Ooh, good break with the DP from Tiki now.
Oh. Into the corner you go, and here comes the Rekka overhead.
Breaks the wall, leaves Tiki at such a low amount of health, but even still, these characters are virtually at the same health level.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
And you're
still,
getting...
once again, unblockable standing overhead. I think Benny, every time they've gone for that 6k, it's hit so far in the matchup.
Yeah, and
Not
it's
seen
been...
it be blocked yet.
It's been at the end of the rounds as well, in places where you don't quite have to convert it. That's like the best use for like Street Fighter-ish overheads like that.
Yeah, it's just kind of when you just need to get a little bit of damage, when you've, filled up your opponent's mental stack on the fact that they're like, they really can't take an extra hit, I need to be FDing, I need to be blocking, and sometimes they won't be paying enough attention to block swap with Gold Burst, but it's
Oh, that was
not
important!
dangerous enough to get punished. Tikivik now, a third health remaining, will be able to convert into a round 3, but with no burst going in, this is going to be dangerous. Benny has a very real chance of taking the set right here.
Have arrived to the corner, and again, the metagame begins. When's the burst? I feel like it's so much, matchup familiarity or like player familiarity with the burst.
Oh, really solid 6p.
Again,
Good DP.
Benny, by holding the burst, has gained so much extra value. And now Tiki. Oh, the interception into the wrong side. Oh, there's gonna be a burst, right? There it is!
It's baited! Oh, Tikivik waiting until the very... Again, this is the problem with holding your burst for too long. It's that your opponent will just say, well, there's only one more place for them to use it, and then it gets baited.
But I mean, I think that was a good hold, considering how many, heart baits Benny cashed out on before the last bait actually came through. I think that's a decent trade-off.
Yeah, it was very, very close round. And now, dodging the blue RC, actually, Tikivik wanted to hit that and go for some sort of mix, forcing a slowdown on the game.
Oh, wow.
And again, what you're trying to do always against Chip is going for the forced slowdown. Oh, finding a hit with a 6k once again, gets a grab through now, and the vertical blade finds the hit.
Once again, arriving to the match point, Benny's honor on the line. The grudge match that they've been waiting for at least a couple of months. Now let's see what Tiki has to say about that. Walk on the overhead, or sorry, the cross up. Here we go, once again, has to spend it not to get punished. And Tiki holding their ground, staying tight. And here's the
Once
question.
again, how much is Benny gonna hold on to this burst?
Since they're sitting on a lead, it's pretty okay if they don't spend it here, but I can see... Oh!
Yeah!
There's the burst! Is it gonna be enough?
Of the lead! I think it is!
Benny!
There it is!
Benny has done it! From the two losses, first on Bounty Hunters, then on Assembly. Benny has finally overcome the obstacle that is Tikivik's soul. Holy. And I want to say that's gotta be well earned. Like I think every time I queue up Celestial, I see Benny grinding somewhere in there. In my mind, they've been playing like crazy. They must have been so hungry for this run back, and now it is finally reality. Two gentlemen that are honestly some of the toughest, hardest hitting players in Finland. Whew.
Whew. It's super cool to see. It's super cool to see these storied matchups that have that kind of the local, the local lore behind them, and seeing people overcome their kind of individual monsters and kind of getting through and winning. Super well played from both of these players, though. Super well adjusted from Tikivik, and Benny with the proper reads, playing really well, and even managed to win while still holding on to that burst.
Yeah, it was doubly interesting to watch, because you can, like, watching these two play, you can tell they've been playing hundreds and hundreds of matches, and like the kind of options they choose to play looks so much different from what you would expect usually from Chip versus Sol, at least in my mind. But let's see, we potentially have one more, but still no word from. Let's see.
Yeah, Anna seems to have just not just be a no-show today. Maybe something happened. Who knows?
I mean, they are online, I believe. Let me, because I didn't.
Last call date?
I didn't shoot them a DM. I did ping them. So let me go through the DMs as. Just a moment. Buffering. Initializing. Adjusting. Respectfully holding my breath. Reeling back on my chair. Couple of centimeters. Typing the most polite DM I've ever composed.
Yes.
Crossing my fingers. It's sort of unfortunate for Maduka. They've been waiting for. They've been probably ready to go since the start of the event.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. They've been so patient. They've been participating in a chat, hanging out, and it's just it will be such a shame if they didn't get to play. Ooh.
Yeah, we'll give Anna a couple more. Yeah, there's always the next time as well.
Yeah.
We'll give Anna a couple of minutes. But oh boy, the things we've seen today. Lots of comebacks. Like, I would have not imagined having this many sort of wildcard players, new first-time faces. I would have not expected matches this fierce. Like,
yeah,
I feel like
such good competition. Yeah.
I feel like every single match has been a banger, pretty much. Lots of Soul. It's been a while since we had a Soul week. Generally, it's like it's either Goat Lewis or Baiken or generally those two. And then I guess the third most popular character is Soul. But it's been a while since we've had this much Soul participation.
Yeah, good Soul representation for the chat. I do wonder how this week has changed the tier list. Because obviously we had the big got a big win from Martin on Potemkin. Had Dekapact also winning with Happy Chaos.
Right. If I recall
Has
correctly,
been kind of underrepresented. I think Happy Chaos, hasn't had much representation. So I do wonder if that's gonna make him shoot up in the list. So
yeah, for context for people who don't know what we're talking about, we have our little bounty hunters only tier list that consists of it's basically a tier list made from data out of only bounty hunters matches. So you can imagine it can look kind of funky, but it's interesting to look at, and it's super weird when you bust out that tier list without context. People are gonna be like, what?
Yeah, I think, okay, if anyone in the chat is or knows a Zato player, bring them onto the show. Because Zato is currently, unfortunately, on the F- tier with the lowest win rate out of anyone in Bounty Hunters, and that just needs to be fixed. Someone needs to come in and come win with Zato.
Right, I think Lohi might have sort of resetted the stats between Season 1 and Season 2, and Season 1 we did have a couple of like super strong Zato players, such as the name eludes me right now.
We had Elite, not
Elite
coming
for
through
sure
for a while, since Season 2 basically, and I think that's the big one who we need to see in Season 2. We had Diogo, but I know Diogo, from also known as Blonded, actually, from the Portuguese Guilty Gear scene, has been taking a break from Strive and just playing other stuff, so we're unlikely to see them again for the time being.
Oh, Size of Life, we actually have Anna. Queue up for one more match. I hope Meduka didn't leave already, because we have our last match, or we have our first match, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, is Meduka around? I'm gonna need a little bit more water. I'm gonna go get that whilst we see if we have a last match.
All right, better late than never. Meduka Sol from Russia. Anna Milia from England. Oh, I see. Right, because Meduka has another attorney to play as well. That's gonna make things a little tricky. Right, because Meduka is on striving for progress. That's I think that was one of the reasons why we scheduled their match like relatively early. So we have a conundrum where Meduka has to play their striving for progress match next.
Yeah, I mean, I think what are we doing then?
I guess we can stall for time a little. I'm not exactly. Let me actually pull out the striving for progress bracket and see if this is still doable.
Yeah, we actually have Maduka on stream right now, I think. On the Striving for Progress stream.
Let me actually pull the stream up as well. Of course, if you're wondering which channel we are currently observing, it is the EMEAFGC on Twitch that has Striving for Progress running as we speak.
And the set with Maduka just started out.
I think restreaming the stream is probably not kosher, so
Yeah.
we'll just respectfully observe the situation, and everybody can open their stream for EMEA FGC if they so desire.
Oh, with a couple of ZBI friends actually on the microphone today for Striving for Progress. Markster and Fredmo.
Nice,
Very cool to see
nice.
Yeah,
I don't-
everyone.
I don't think I've seen those guys commentate too often before.
They've mostly, as far as I know, at least Fredmo has been commentating a lot of the ZBI in-house stuff, and that's where most of their practices come from. So that's how I know them from. Everyone I've spoken to that I know from ZBI has been absolute sweetheart. So they're all very friendly, and my friend Xander now even is one of their admins.
I've been
Very good
curious.
going.
I've been curious for a long time. What does ZBI stand for?
They're the Zato Blockers International.
Oh, that's the guys. I've heard of that. I've heard that word or that phrase before.
Yeah, they're mostly just a group of group of friends who made this sort of group, a team, community, whatever you want to call it. They're not very serious or professional. They're just people hanging out, creating a community for people who enjoy playing stuff together.
Yeah, it's not like you always have to be sponsored when you put a team tag in your name.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fun way to identify with with your fellow players.
Mm-hmm.
As per usual, the tournament is FT3 as per matches go. In before we have a super nail biter, and Maduka and Vinasa are gonna go like last game, last round, last pixel.
Actually, Maduka right now is playing against someone who's been on Bounty Hunters once before. I actually recognize the name. It's Venusaur.
Mm-hmm.
But Zato player, and unfortunately, so far getting the best out of Maduka.
Funny that you mentioned it. It was Venusaur's game on Bounty Hunters was against Xander.
Oh, there we go. I actually hadn't. I didn't even remember that that's who they played against.
Yeah, it's been a while. It was in May, so 4 months away. And you know what else is a couple of months away? The biggest annual tournament in Finland. Install.
That is, I'm gonna try to catch streams of that, because that seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun to see.
If possible, I'll try to participate as well, IRL. See how I match against these tough Finnish players. Is sort of like, I've been since the release, I've been on sort of a break from Strive, playing myself. Of course, I've casted the game all the time, but until Testament was in the game, I didn't really have like a good, interesting character that I wanted to play. Soul definitely wasn't quite for me. But with the addition of Testament, I've been actually getting my competitive Strive back more and more. But it is like sort of working from behind, because you have a lot of people who've been playing the game for pretty much, you know, the full duration of how you know, the game's lifespan basically. But seeing decent progress. I started with Testament that could barely hold onto like 1.5k on Glico, and now we're at like 1.75k.
That's really reasonable. I haven't actually played on the tower in so long. I've just been playing mostly lobbies with friends when I get on Strive. I'm just enjoying the game like that right now. Not going super hard. Just chilling.
Hello, what's up? Howdy gamer. We're like, our last game is we have a little bit of a conundrum. So one of our players is playing on a different tournament, so we're waiting for them to finish their tournament match currently and seeing if we can still fit our last FT7 match in.
Yeah.
But we'll see. If it's meant to be, it is meant to be. If not, we can definitely redo the match and some other week. I think again, I take full responsibility. I think Anna probably wasn't paying attention to their server pings, but they were pretty fast to respond to DMs. So my bad. Should always try to communicate through DMs just in case. Got the clappage. Is this something you just have to hold when Zato player is playing the clap and you're in the corner? You just can't get out of that? You just have to hold it?
Well, it has a limit to it. It's mainly used to chip people out, so because they can't do it forever, they're limited by eddy gauge. Or you can get a gap when they are forced to unsummon to get their bar back. And other than that, you want to try to be FDing it.
Right, to reduce the amount of chip, because yeah, I've only seen that played as a chip setup at the end. Like you mentioned, it uses a lot of resources, so it doesn't really make sense to play in the middle of the set, because that will just put you at a low Zato gauge and give your opponent a chance to run it back while you have to recharge little eddy gauge.
Is Madoka gonna join us?
Alright. I guess depending on whether they had their next matchup already queued up. Let me look at the bracket.
Oh, Madoka is saying they're on their way.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was winner's bracket or loser's bracket. Probably winner's bracket still, considering the game was on stream. Yeah, it was winner's bracket. See where Madoka is. Or wait, is this yeah, this is double elimination. And I think we had Madoka join the lobby. Okay. After 10,000 years, we've arrived to the starting point. Madoka, Sol versus Anna, Milia. It's been a while we saw some Milia, I think. Milia definitely not the most popular character, that's for sure.
Yeah, Milia definitely is full of kind of dooming. A lot of people don't really enjoy playing her. They consider her to be a struggle character in this game, and definitely just not the same kind of dominance that she's seen in older Guilty Gear games. But you've always seen players like Carrot of Wisdom put in a lot of good work with her. So, you know, it's not like it's that bad. And we're seeing here a really solid start for Anna. And now, and Madoka. Yeah, this is the problem with Milia, is that you, in these situations, you get hit by one clean hit from Sol, and that's just gonna cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's kind of like Chip versus Sol, but not really. It's different type of catch up. Chip and Milia take sort of different trajectories. Milia more airborne, Chip more ground bound, but it's kind of the same deal. You're trying to catch, you're trying to be the big fly swatter and get your game started. Get like one combo going. Anna has to break the wall without the use of super here, not arriving at the 50 meter just yet.
Yeah, that's absolutely not what you want to see happen when you're kind of playing Milia in general. Oh, good realization from Madoka that was a fake setup, able to contest it with the light DP.
Oh, that was a punish on the
solid hit
but...
now. Madoka gets the first game. Yeah, being able to recognize when a Milia setup is real or not is a very big, necessary skill to have for the for this matchup, or for any matchup against Milia.
Yeah, I think generally it's the 2D that gets the tightest of knockdowns, where the disc hits meaty. From other knockdowns, such as throws, Milia will herself have to make the meaty to hold you still for the disc, I believe.
Ooh, good cross-up from Milia there.
Ooh, just like that.
And there's what we were talking about. Just Milia's, second only to Chip in lowest effective health in the game.
Ooh, the IBs. Usual, left, right. Oh, it still hits. Oh, opting to go for a close slash anti-air. Oh my god, that's actually gonna make Anna almost explode. And that's...
Oh, and that backlash gets caught by the gunflame. But thankfully, Anna manages to get in with the hair car before the second gunflame comes out.
But again, here's the problem. Forced to break the wall, and now Meduka with massive amount of meter.
Ooh, baiting the burst, yeah.
Damn, it was a gamble. I mean, it could have worked out if Anna chose to commit to that disc setup. But now, having to go into the last round without any burst whatsoever, Anna might build theirs back. The left-right, guessing wrong. As we all do on Milia mix-ups. Again, back to neutral, but Sol is that character. If we've seen some really big hits so far, close slash counter hits, but Anna closes out the round with a quick left-right. 1-2-1.
Yeah.
Milia as a character doesn't necessarily do the most amount of damage, but she can still finish you fairly fast.
It's just a lot of individual interactions, but she makes the interactions be heavily in her favor. Obviously, when she's forcing you to guess one of 4 ways on every wake up, the odds are stacked against you for, you know, the odds are stacked against you for if you're going to be able to get out of it or not, and if you're just going to get sent into a position where you're going to have to guess again. So even if the damage on the individual conversions isn't that much, there's still a lot of opportunities for you to just be taking damage against her.
I see he's gonna be left or right. Oh, throw! Oh, sneaky Mirage. That's another round. Oh, Big Fafnir doesn't quite manage to convert it, Meduka. Here comes Anna. The decent conversion again, forced to break the wall, but we're at a place where you can sort of disengage and go back to playing neutral. Building a lot of meter. We go what side? Or striker throw. Up, down, left, right, strike, throw, woman.
Then goes through, gets the overhead low, and takes the 3rd game.
Another thing is, a lot of the time you can't just keep looping your Oki freely. It's generally like one super strong mix-up that you get out of a 2D, and then you kind of have to compromise. If you wanna, you know, keep the momentum going, you have to go for something a little less scary and a little more punishable as well. Oh, again, there the disc setup from the throw. Meduka recognizing that it's not gonna hit meaty.
What a conversion though! Look at that.
Coast to coast.
Yeah, coast to coast. Got the wall break. Got the positive bonus now. But unfortunately for them, Anna gets the hit, gets the knockdown, gets a wall break. But this is resetting back into neutral, and Meduka has a lot of meter to play with. 2P finding a hit.
Damn.
That's just enough to take the round.
Again, the 2S from Sol. We've seen so many good counter hits today at neutral. Extends really far away. Doesn't have the furthest reach as is. Or I mean, it has a very decent reach, but I think the selling point of the 2S is definitely the disjoint. The prospect that your opponent can sort of extend themselves into your 2S. Again, 2S, quick and clean conversion. Speaking of clean,
yeah, close slash counter hit leads to a really big conversions, and against Milia, it's a very difficult position to be in. You know, you take a lot of damage, and you're gonna struggle.
It's kind of like a lot of people hate to play against Milia because she's so slimy, so mobile, so tricky to catch. But then there's the other side of the flip side of the coin. When you actually catch her, this is what can happen very easily. Oh wow! Good on Soul having that good old 5k. It actually is a blessing in this matchup, and in a lot of situations you don't have to care if it's gonna be left or right. Just hit the 5k. If your timing is, you know, decent enough, it's gonna cover both sides. Oh nice, hitting the 2k on landing there. I think that's something that a lot of characters can actually do. Use their, oh, but hold that thought. Was that a hard
I think this is death. Yeah.
Damn. It doesn't take very many seconds to brutalize Milia's life bar.
Yeah, you can kind of just blow her up, especially Soul with, you know, if someone can do good conversions, which Madoka has shown that they are capable of doing, you can just be dealing so much damage.
Yeah, being deliberate helps a lot. Not, you know, when you get in that position, oh my goodness, is that actually gonna kill? Very close, but not quite. Again, the 2k! I think that's one of the new secret weapons that people have been figuring out about the Milia matchup. Because a lot of the times, wow, where?
Oh, that was a far slash as well. It didn't even look like it, but it was just far slash that hit behind and in the air.
Yeah, I mean,
look at
granted,
this damage, and now we're gonna get Tyrant Rave. Does it scale? Okay, no,
close.
It's 2 scaled. I was just terrified that I was gonna do a lot of scale damage.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's a safe jump.
blocked YRC.
These rounds are going so fast, but yeah, I wanted to go back to the low profile 2k. I think a lot of characters have 2k that low profiles enough to sort of clear a lot of the air dash jump heavy situations, like low profiling under the jump heavy so that it misses, and then you get a punish either on the landing or you get plus frames if Milia lands far away from you. And I've seen a lot of that from Madoka so far. RC, yep, get the round.
Yeah. And the Kara Volcanic Viper there. She's doing a lot of good. And Madoka just has these conversions right now.
Oh, nice. That was a 5k starter. Oh my goodness. Missing the combo.
I feel like that was, yeah, I think that was just like auto input from trying to continue the conversion. But thankfully it still hit Ana, and well, thankfully for Madoka it still hit Ana and managed to get the round.
Oh, there we go. Is that's gonna hit though?
Yeah. A solid amount of reversal damage. Trade on the jump heavies.
Ooh, just enough delay. Doesn't get to set up the disc though. It's kind of tragic. Now Ana has to find the new hit. There we go. Empty jump 2D. Yo, again being so
command
tricky.
dash. Oh, what? Oh,
Which side? And I'm not sure if that was left or right, but I bet me and everybody watching
Would've
got
gotten
hit by
hit.
that as well. Doesn't have the time to set up the Oki here, or the disc. And now, oh, I think I saw a startup of throw. No, it actually baited.
it was just the animation for the block, and now Madoka, oh, unfortunately, not getting through.
Sort of getting the value out of that they were looking for. The combo was supposed to go coast to coast, but at least they got to keep Ana in the corner a while. OPG? No.
And I
Just
think
a
that was
chip
just
kill.
dying to chip damage, yeah.
All right, closing back in. Madoka 4, Ana 3.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ooh, okay, not this time. Finds the 2S, yeah. Burst. And a counter burst, of course. Sol wants to keep you in the corner. Milia wants to avoid staying in the corner. That 5K giving Maduka so much value. But again, good reversal super. Maduka could honestly return the favor as I say that.
But this one will get baited and punished by Ana, and I think this is just kill. Oh no, unfortunate drop. But no, just wake up 2P, and Ana is able to take the round.
Oh, that could potentially be big. You know, the haircut is kind of difficult to punish. You have to be, not only have to be like sort of frame perfect, but then the fact that if you choose your longer reaching button, just like Maduka used far slash earlier to punish that haircut, your 5 heavy might actually not connect after that. The nerfs after Vanilla Sol coming to bite you in the ass. 2D, low profiling, but 2D has much more recovery than 2D, the 2Ks. Trying to find the hit. Oh no, I wonder if that was what Maduka wanted to go for.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was an attempt at a Bandit Bringer to get out of the corner.
Yeah, that would be the most classic miss input, because it is very easy to, you know, mess those two inputs up. Quarter circle forward or DP but with the same button.
Yeah, especially when you were already trying to like move forward. The input buffer is so lenient in this game that it actually can cause problems like that. Oh, just walking away out of the setup.
Alright, didn't get hit too bad there, Maduka. And Ana did spend 50 meter for that. And here comes the big combo. I like that.
Another hit.
I like that so much. Not taking the wall break, recognizing that can't probably kill with that interaction, so just dropping the combo, going for the meaty. And speaking of wall breaks,
yeah, look at that damage. Every time there's a clean hit, DP, it just does so much. Oh, and the PRC Gunflame. Getting a solid hit, and Maduka finishes Game 9 with it perfect.
I think Maduka remembered the interaction that they've been having between the Gunflame and the Haircar. The Haircar has actually gotten there very often before the Gunflame goes active. So this time Maduka added an RC to make it safe. Got the run with that. Ooh, fishing with 2S and finds the fish. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and meaty Fafnir is so powerful.
Right, finds the hit, finds the setup. But we have the 50 meter to spend for Maduka.
And a 6B catching Capel on the way down. Takes the round win.
Oh, hello. Mirage has an interesting hitbox. I think it's not invulnerable on your feet. It's just extremely low profile. Oh my, wait a second.
Is that TKDP?
Hello? We're going wild mode. But here comes the wall break. Meets screen to wall break using 50 meter. Ah, missed the ender there. And now opportunity for Maduka. Promptly burst from Ana. That round win definitely didn't come without a cost, because now Maduka is entering the last round here with a burst, while Ana is probably not going to be able to build their burst back.
And now with the corner pressure set up, yeah, Maduka just takes it really convincingly into set point.
Oh no. No! One more for the road. Not like this.
Oh, really? Oh, that is not what we like to see. Are the players aware? And we got a spectator disconnect.
All right. Well, let's. I'm gonna say I'm gonna order a win for Anna, and you know, I have the power. I have the prediction ability. When have I ever been wrong? I'm gonna say Anna will take the next game, so we'll get to see at least one more after, right?
Well, it doesn't look promising since Madoka seems to have already taken one round.
Dude, just wait for it. Wait for it. Here comes the comeback. I've never been wrong.
Never ever?
Never have I ever predicted the outcome of the matchup wrong. Madoka with literally 1 pixel of health left. Uh-oh. Soul Factor?
Wow! Wait, hold on. Now I really wish I could have seen that said.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's no chance Madoka will take this, and that's a 7-0. Like I told you it was gonna be like that. Didn't I tell you? All right.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh Lord.
All right. I mean, I think that's a very fitting end to this week. We had a we had a lot of
so many disconnects.
Yeah, but it do be. We still were able to observe like decent chunk of that. And that was I guess luckily for Madoka, it like they were of course in a hurry to play their loser's side match on Striving for Progress. I'm pretty sure it's double elimination.
Yeah, it is.
All right, but it drew out a little longer than usual, but we got there. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you for the players for playing. If you want to sign up for next week, you know where to find us. One of the potential Discords, lower bottom right side of the screen. That's my one. The sign up forms will be posted there definitely every week. But if you reside in pretty much any Strive relevant EU Discord, or rather most of them, I should be posting the sign up forms in those as well. So look forward to it. And that said, I guess we're gonna switch to Striving for Progress. So
yeah, whilst that continues on, thank you everyone who joined today. Thank you everyone who played and those who watched.
Yeah, and that's how the cookie crumbles for this week. We'll see you again next Sunday. Till then, stay safe. Peace.
Yeah.